guys. Whoop, I see the picture isn't even up. I'm doing real good. Hi, guys. Welcome to Sci-Fivision for the 27th. Sorry, this is not, it has been a very, very long day and I'm having lots of brain farts. But anyway, this ain't even, I don't even think we have the right screen, but it'll work. But welcome, everybody. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the first two episodes of Talamasca, The Secret Order, which are called We Watch and We Are Always There. What a horrible title, right? Like a title that's I'm sorry, that's weird. And a wilderness.
It's not their business cards, man.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just weird. They have sentences as a title. But we're going to talk about both of them. And then, yeah, our show will be from now on Mondays. And of course, we have our watch parties before we do the live stream. So if you haven't, make sure you join our Discord, which since I haven't, because I skipped that too, I'll put the link here in the chat. So people can do that. And we'll be putting up our schedule as well. I had mentioned it. We're going to be doing a show on Thursday for Halloween. I believe, since I've been so far behind and have not talked enough to start, but I think we're going to do Lazarus with that on Thursday, I'm assuming. So we'll have Harlan Coben's Lazarus at probably 10. And then after that, we'll do Halloween trivia and all kinds of stuff. And
Mad Libs.
Yeah, we'll get in lots of stuff. And then on Halloween, I think I'm going to pop by Lori's show a bit to help with her trivia. But we're going to do ours on the 30th. So,
all right, good.
I'm going to be in the goth rave in the woods on Halloween to all early hours.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, I got nothing to do on Halloween other than give out candy to kids. That's about it. And
hopefully the guy with his clickers won't get me. The clicker, vampire clicker, zombie clicker.
Vampire clicker. I was gonna say I want to see some the Last of Us clickers. I haven't seen any of those. And then I did want to mention. I see Scarlet. Did you put the link in the chat? That's what I was looking to see.
Yes.
Okay, you did. All right. So Jazzy from Cyborg Queen Media, who has been on our show before, unfortunately, her brother was in a motorcycle accident. So there is a link that Scarlett put up where if you want to help her out, you can do that. And
they're very close to their goals, so any little amount of money would help them.
All right, that's great. Kimberly, will be for the first. At least the first one, maybe the first two. I don't know. All that will be. I'll update the schedule in Discord once
I think two. I think it's the first two.
I think it's going to be the first two. I just don't want to say for sure. Sorry, I got off track, but I was saying
yes. Two for Lazarus.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to double check that.
I watched two, so let's do two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that's what I was going to do. Anyway, I got sidetracked, but yeah, we're thinking about Jazzy and her brother, so if you can help out, that would be great. All right, well, I have my Monday all screwed. I don't know, I'm all over the place today, so nobody mind me. It has been a very, very, very long day. Oops, I don't even have my damn thing open. Give me one second.
Yeah, I didn't see a link go in there. Kimberly doesn't see a link, and I don't see it either. Did it only go into YouTube and not into StreamYard?
I put it into YouTube, but it's also on the internet and StreamYard if you want to present it or copy it or whatever you want to do.
Okay, I guess you can't. I didn't know if you could or not. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't see it in our StreamYard chat here.
But yeah, I don't see it either.
If you're watching on YouTube,
it's on YouTube. I posted it on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. I'm sure most people are watching it on YouTube. I'm sure they can all find it.
Well, if they joined late, then sometimes you don't see the chat that came before you. So feel free to drop it in there again sometime before we're done.
Yeah. You can, towards the end, you could do it again, and that way they can pick it up. Excuse me if they missed it.
I'm on a device that won't allow me to do two things at once.
If you dropped it,
my mini iPad is StreamYard or it's YouTube. I have to exit StreamYard to do YouTube.
I honestly, I don't even see it in YouTube. I think it might have blocked it. So
I'm telling you, if you joined before.
No, she did it before I joined. Yeah, you might have done it before I joined YouTube. Either way, we'll post it in Discord if you guys if you missed it. We'll make sure everybody.
But also sometimes if you do a link, YouTube doesn't like that.
Yeah,
And
that's why I
sometimes I'll take it off.
blocked you because it's not your YouTube. It might let me do it, but we'll put it in Discord too. You can do later on so people miss it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we are going to talk about the first 2 episodes of Talamasca. So,
Talamasca, where the secret order watches you.
Ooh, we have a song.
Yeah, that's great. We'll have to put that.
Talamasca. Talamasca. Okay.
I meant
click,
to ask.
click. I need to get a clicker for this one. The clicker that I had.
Some kind of sound effect. But I wanted to ask you, Scarlet. I know Karen has read some of the Anne Rice stuff. Have you read any of the books? You've read part of it too, haven't you? Or no?
I have an interesting Anne Rice catalog because I have read the first 4 Vampire Chronicles, but I've also read some of her other works that are outside of it, like Cry to Heaven, Feast of All Saints, some of those beauty books, and I never really conquered the witching hour. I always try to start it. It's huge. I'm intimidated.
All right, but you're familiar with Talamasca then, because I know Karen is. That's why I was just curious because I
don't think they mention it much in the books. Do they really go into depth?
They don't. They're not even mentioned. The first book they're mentioned in is The Queen of the Damned, which is the 3rd book. Yeah. And they are also in the Mayfair Witches. In fact, there's a Talamasca guy named Mayfair, right? But I haven't read Mayfair Witches. AJ would know more. But Scarlet's right. They're not. The Talamasca is a very small part of the Vampire Chronicles. They're mentioned only occasionally. There's a couple of people. They're not really. In fact, some people say that the point of the Talamasca is they show up every now and then and they drop a bunch of exposition into the plot, and then they go back about their watching.
Go back and read some books in the library.
Yeah. So you do not need to read the books to really know anything about this show.
No, I was just curious.
I'm pretty excited about that concept, though. I'm pretty excited that it's kind of like a new show with new characters. Nobody will complain about characters not being what they think in their heads the characters are from the books.
That's true. Yeah, and you don't have to watch, obviously, Interview, although we suggest you do, but you don't have to watch Interview with the Vampire or Mayfair Witches at all. Although, obviously, in the first episode, there is a character from Interview with the Vampire. So
and there's references. A lot of holding up of the book.
Yes, yeah.
So it helps, but it's not a needed thing. All right. Yeah. All right.
And like in the Mayfair Witches in season 1, I did watch season 1 of the Mayfair Witches, and there was a Talamasca character, right?
Yeah. That's the only part.
Was that David Talbot in
there? It's the main guy. What? Oh,
it's that main guy who is investigating, right?
Yeah, who I've interviewed twice. Do you think I could remember?
I can't remember his name because I hated that show and I abandoned it.
Or is he just supposed to be a blend of David Talbot and something else? Like the David Talbot, that's not the David Talbot.
I don't know. No, it's Tungai's character. I think it was a blend of characters. His character in the show is Cyprian.
Cyprian, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think he's a amalgamation of a few characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you've seen those 2 shows, it might give you a bit more background, but probably not very much. So you don't really need to, but we definitely recommend you do, especially Interview, because we all love that. So make sure you should check that out.
It's just it's a very, very good show.
Yes.
Vampire.
I've seen the commercials for it during this for 2026.
Yeah.
Everything's 2026. My God.
It's almost 2026.
It's almost 2026.
Okay, that's a good point. All right. Well, we'll get started, but just a quick little promo here. Make sure if you haven't that you subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision, please, and like the video. Hype it if you can. We always appreciate it.
I also want to do a little shout out to Screen Invaders. I was on their Only Murders in the Building live in the chat, and then they knew who we were and they want to collab with us.
Oh, okay, cool.
I felt like a superstar. I love their channel.
Yeah, people know who we are. I was going to say, I saw the other day, Doc had his show going on, and I saw that you were going to be on there. I got to be more proactive about.
I talked about Godzilla.
Talk about God. Well, I know less about Godzilla than I do about about the Anne Rice books. So I'm not the person for that.
Okay, well it's 1:15. Let's get moving.
Yes, we'll get moving. Okay. So the first episode, we meet this woman whose name is Soledad, and she's breaking into what's called the London Mother House, which is the Talamasca headquarters in London. And that's where, in London is where the majority of the show takes place, but it kind of hip hops a little bit during these first couple episodes. But she's breaking into the office and trying to find out what's really going on, which is later what they hire Guy for, is basically what she's doing now that she gets killed at. She finds whatever it is she's looking for in the computer.
I'm trying to memorize all these layers of her putting numbers into things, getting a little box thing that the other guy gets later in the other episode, takes that box.
Computer stuff, yeah. And she looked up something called chrysalis. I did write that down. I don't know if it's going to become important later, but that was what she had been looking for.
It is all very interesting. Remember, this is only 6 episodes, so only so much of that stuff is really going to be explored.
That's a good point.
I
really wish they were going to show 2 episodes at once then, because they were really long. They were over an hour a piece.
Yeah.
Why not just let us savor one at a time?
Yeah. I kind of question, though, if it's not based on a book that they would put extra information in, but I guess they still might. Who knows? But
yeah,
whatever, that's what she's after.
Again, I haven't read Mayfair Witches at all, and I've read a lot of interview, but not all of it. But I think there's an opportunity here for them to build out the world a little bit more than it was in the books. And someone like AJ, who's really very knowledgeable at all these books, he might have some little comments on some of these things, but I bet a lot of it's new and is being added there to make this richer and could be explored in a season 2 if it got renewed.
Yeah, or it could show up later in one of the other shows too. I guess there's always that possibility.
I don't know about that. I don't know that they're going to write too much.
No, I'm just saying, like if it's something like that that's a reference, it could end up being something. I don't know. I'm just,
Or the lead from this could end up in one of the other shows.
Yeah,
or a cameo or 2.
I just wonder how much they're going to more of this into interview. Which frankly, that show is the best of these 3 shows, and they should not mess with it. It's working really well to me.
I agree. It's really good.
You don't want them to Mayfair it all up.
I mean, it's levels and levels superior to both of these other shows.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I love all of them.
Scarlet likes Mayfair a little bit more.
They're all my little children, even if they're deformed slightly.
Yeah. All right. So the point is, she does get whatever it is she's after, and she tries to hand it off to somebody, and she ends up dropping it off, but she cannot she tapes it to something. I don't think that was the intended drop, was it? I was a little confused by that. She taped it under the one thing. I don't think that was maybe where she was supposed to drop it off. I don't know, because she never finishes what she was supposed to do, was the point. But yeah, she has a run-in with, there they are. These guys who we know, if you've watched, any of the other shows, you get an inkling to, that they are vampires, we're assuming. And
they almost look like zombies, even though they didn't say zombies exist.
But I think I'm assuming they're supposed to be vampires. They didn't show them close up. It's dark. It's hard to tell. But they're led by this guy who I do not. Where's my cast list here?
Jasper. His name is Jasper, played by William Fichtner, who it's so great to see him, and I like him in this role in this show.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Well, what else has he been?
I think most people know him from the movie Armageddon, where he goes into space with Bruce Willis to blow up the asteroid. I know him going all the way back to Days of Our Lives in the 1980s, probably. Not Days of Our Lives, As the World Turns. He was on As the World Turns.
He was in something else. A couple other things we covered, though.
Yes, he was in that show where he played a sheriff in what was that show where he was the sheriff? But he's one of these guys that you see him and you go, oh, that guy, right?
Yeah, he's usually lot of times plays the villain too, at least in the ones I'm thinking of.
Um,
I know you're saying Cher, and yes, he was in Mom, but that isn't the one we covered.
He was in
he was
Mom.
in an alien one. It was something about aliens, I think.
He was in
I think it's something
I'm looking
about
for it
that,
because I
right?
know he was in a. Give me just 1 second. He was in both Independence Day movies. Apparently, he was in Empire, which is a show that we didn't cover here, but I loved Empire, and he did a short stint there also. Um, he was in the movie Elysium, which I think a lot of people have probably watched.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Elysium, but no, he was in something we covered. I just don't know what it was. Was it Crossing Lines?
He was in Prison. He was in almost all of Prison Break. He did like years and years on Prison Break, which is another. And he was on the original show Invasion. That's where you know him from.
Okay, it was Invasion. I thought it was called Invasion, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he was on the first Invasion.
Yeah.
So these are places that everybody should know him from.
Anyway, he's recognizable is the point.
Yeah. And he's great. I really like him.
Yeah,
and I think he's good. I think he's pretty compelling as this. Okay, this was only the first episode. We're going to talk about 2 tonight. It's hard for every character to make its mark that early, but he is, to me, has been the most compelling character on screen so far of these 2. But he also plays a vampire, and vampires are compelling, right? So he doesn't have to play a boring human. He gets to be a vampire.
Yeah, but we don't get, at least at this point, we don't really get to see anything. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing.
We really don't get to see anything.
No, anything other than he is running around with those other vampires that, like I said, we're assuming at this point. And they are after Soledad, and rather than be captured, she lets the bus run into her. She walks out into the train. The train. Yes, I can't tell that's a train. I just can't.
I'm pretty sure that's not a bus.
It's been a long day. A train. She walks out into the train and it's flat. There we go.
I mean, and I kind of took that like, yeah, the vampires were going to make her talk, or they were going to torture her or something, right? It would be being caught would be like a fate worse than death, probably.
Yes. But like I said, whatever she had gotten, she did get it in a drop somewhere. Whether it was where she was intending, I'm not sure. But
well, if it's not where she intended, then it's not a drop. Then it's just hidden.
Yeah, it must have been the drop though, because I think, didn't they get it, or did they only get her eye? That's what I was trying to remember. Like
they got her eye. Her eye is delivered.
She actually left then. Okay. Well, maybe it's a backup drop, and we'll hear something about it. But anyway, so yeah, she is splat. And then we go to now the New York safe house, the New York mother house, which is where Helen here works. This is Helen. She is the head, I don't know what you want to call her, the head honcho there. And she talks to this other woman, I think I have a picture of her there, who brings her what they found, which is Soledad's eyeball, and they've confirmed it's her eye, and it says, "We see
you." They didn't find it; it was delivered to them.
It was delivered. Sorry, yeah, it was delivered to them. So I'm guessing probably from Fitchner's character. We don't really know that, but I'm kind of guessing it's probably was sent from Jasper. But yeah, either way, somebody's sending a message, and yeah, they're not happy about it, obviously, because she was their the one who was going after the information for them. And yeah, she asked, because they have this conversation about it. They do say that it is really her eye. They can tell because of the freckle in it. But the big problem is that she was their one that was on the inside that they needed, and now she's not there. So they need to hire somebody else, but it's dangerous. And that, of course, is where Guy comes in and why they are hiring this new spy in the first place.
So this was a little confusing to me because, it's described to us later through, in explanation to Guy that the Talamasca is a global organization and has been, around for literally thousands of years and has tons of spies, and they don't have anybody. They have to hire this guy off the street, right, to become their new. I mean, later it becomes a little more clear that
his gift, I'm guessing, is the reason why they were specifically hiring him.
No, it's because the Talamasca is compromised and they can't trust anybody.
Well, that too, yeah.
But we don't know that yet at this point.
Yeah, we don't know that quite yet. But so then we switch to meeting Guy. Who's the guy sitting there? Guy is the guy.
The guy sitting there.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's hard when I'm writing my notes because I notoriously suck at remembering character names, and I'm like, the guy did this. I'm like, no, wait, I can't put that because
Yes.
I'm like, the man.
It's the average guy.
Yeah, but his name is Guy, and he has just, I guess, graduated at his law firm or his
NYU
college
School of
for
Law.
law.
Yeah.
Yes, graduated at NYU and with a law degree. There we go. And he's going into this law firm. He wants a job, and his interview doesn't go really great until he hears the young man. I'll say instead of guy, the young man there, basically saying in his head because he can hear. This is where we find out that he can hear people what their thoughts are, and basically he says that he wanted him to be more. I don't know.
That he's a total dud, and they're not going to hire him.
Right. So he kind of takes charge and is like, this is why you need to hire me. And either way, he impresses them and it works. And this is where we find out about his gift, which is, like I said, he can hear people's
like a
thoughts.
Suki Stackhouse.
Yeah, like Stackhouse, exactly. Yeah. But he does have to filter them out. And like in most shows, it's annoying to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he kind of impressed them, but like, didn't he basically said like, I'm a total loser with no life and I'll just work all the time and make money for you.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of like they weren't impressed necessarily by his keen legal mind as much as by his
drive. They were impressed by his drive, I think.
I was going to say by his persistence and desperation, but yeah.
I guess that's true. Hey, Trey. I guess that's true.
Or his drive, yeah. Or that he would be a hard worker.
Yeah, but either way, he convinces them by what he hears. But I was going to say, just like in most shows, it seems like what he hears is like bothersome to him, and he has to like filter it out, and it's hard to make the people shut up.
Just like Suki Stackhouse.
Just like
she gets all that stuff going on.
Just like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. Oh, she gets that too.
There's an episode where she gets that. She's like cursed or something, and she can't control it, and she just hears it all the time, and she eventually like is going insane and almost catatonic, and they have to make it stop so she can have a life.
Yeah, I think reading minds would only be good if you could turn it on and off at will.
That's Guy can't. He's kind of a weak mind, like right, like it's more like voices in his head. He can barely control it. And we learned that he takes drugs all the time to suppress it.
Yeah, see, and that's what you said in the chat. I thought he was taking them to knock him out. Like, I didn't realize it probably does quiet the voices is probably the reason he's on those meds, because that makes a lot more sense. He does have a conversation with that other lawyer in the bathroom where he says, you turned the meeting around when you said what you said, and obviously it was because he heard him. And we also get this flashback of Guy as a kid in church, hearing voices. It's not really important other than to say he heard voices as a kid. And his mother, who you find out later is his adoptive mother or foster mother, whichever, talks to him a bit and tells him that it's not a curse, it's a gift or something to that effect. And it's a very, very brief flashback. So that's in the bathroom. Sorry. So then we go back to the city and he can hear Helen as she follows him. So he knows that she's looking for him and decides to talk with her. And feel free to stop me, guys. I'm just kind of going, waiting for anybody to stop me. But she wants to hire him basically, but we don't know exactly what's going on yet because she just says, I want to talk to you. She gives him a business card. I lost where I was at here. Sorry.
It says the title of the episode on it.
Yeah, it says the title of the episode on it. Anyway, he like I said, they want to hire him to replace Soledad, but she does know things about him, like about the job he was just offered and everything. And she doesn't really explain what she wants him for, other than just says his purpose lies with them. And that if he mentions like the law firm and like it's a, really prestigious job with a lot of money. And she's like, oh, we can match it if that's important to you. Which yeah, he's going to this big job, but he's gonna like be poor for you. I mean, it's kind of obvious.
And then we later see the way he's living, like, and that he's been like, kind of
living in
not from a well-off background. Like, yes, it's important, right? Like, people need health insurance and a retirement plan.
Yes.
I'm just saying that Talamasca is full of money, so he doesn't have to worry about it. It's like money coming out of their eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, not that that's why he took the lawyer job. I don't mean, but he was waiting to get paid. He was trying to get a job so he could get paid because his pay as landlord. But anyway, she says that she'll give him $5,000 if he at least comes and meets with her and talks to her.
Seems like a good deal to me.
Sounds like a good deal to me too. As long as she's not a serial killer, it's all good. So
it's really not that much money once you pay all those taxes on it, but whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But for cash in envelope,
$5 grand. I mean, $5 grand for a few minutes is pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, he doesn't really answer her. He kind of implies he doesn't care and he doesn't want to know. But he goes back to his apartment, and this is where we see, he's in a rundown apartment. Now, granted, this is New York City, so that rundown apartment is probably a lot of money.
It is kind of huge, right?
I was gonna say it's probably what the average apartment.
Yeah, it's pretty big for a New York City apartment. But anyway, his landlord's like, "Oh, you've owed money for 3 months. I've let you go." Which there's no way, like you said, Karen, in the chat, there's no way that a landlord.
It's very generous landlord.
He's not even the landlord; it's the super. He's like, "Oh, I collect on behalf of the landlord," and I've been like, I'm like, wait, what kind of kinder, gentler real estate market is this, right?
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was landlord, but that's funny. Yeah, so apparently they've been very nice and given him an extension in paying. But either way, he's like, you're out of here if you don't get the money. So of course, guy is, he's telling him he's got a job, he just isn't getting paid that quick. So that is why he decides to go meet with Helen. And he comes to the meeting place, and it's actually this huge library. Which
it's pretty, I don't know where they shot that, but that is gorgeous.
It is. And obviously she did it because she knows he likes libraries, but also it's part of the where the Talamasca is at. She says there's apartments up above it.
It's very impressive. It's much nicer than that. His previous interview we saw was in like a boring conference room, and now this interview is in like this incredible like museum quality library, right? So I mean, I think a lot of this setup is that she's trying to be mysterious and
but also appeal to him, because he made a point in that interview of saying something like he spent, because they were like, what, weren't you at the Hamptons or whatever, and he's like, no, I was working at school, it paid for my tuition, and I like to be in the library, and we know it's because it was quiet and he didn't hear as many people.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's implying that I think she knows that he likes the library, and I'm assuming that she did it to help impress him.
No, I thought she was trying to convey like wealth and history and like the importance of this organization, right?
Yeah, that too.
But also silence.
Yeah, also silence. Yeah, nice and quiet there. So yeah, he comes to talk to her. At first, he's clearly, like she says, a guy who believes in what's fair, because he isn't even going to take, if he came all this way to get the money and then he's like, well, wait, this isn't fair to you, I won't take the money. Like, well, then why did you waste your time, right?
Actually, I think being a lawyer is a way, if you could read minds, you could like win you would know all your clients were guilty or innocent. You could read the jury. You could it'd be totally unethical, right? But you could be a great lawyer if you could read minds.
Yeah, but he has to fine tune the gift. He's been, taking drugs so it goes away instead of working with it.
Yeah.
True. But anyway, he tries at first not to take the money, but she is like, that she gets him. He does take it in the end because he needs it.
Yeah.
But anyway, she tells him that she has an apartment above the library. Let's see. They have a shared interest in books. She mentioned that. And he says he only came because he was broke. It's not fair to her. And then this is where she says that he believes in fairness and that different people shouldn't be discriminated. They should be treated fairly without judgment. And I'm assuming that she's kind of saying that because it's hinting at like all the creatures that she's gonna, tell them, oh, there's vampires.
I guess it also seems to be a prerequisite for wanting to go to law school, that you believe that everyone should and is entitled to, right? Like, those are key characteristics that really almost anybody should believe in. Like you would say right? When you say to almost anyone, like, oh, like, don't you believe that people shouldn't be judged unfairly? Like, it's not really like deep psychology that she's doing on it.
Well,
Here.
if you're going into law too, you have to have a neutral stance and a rational stance.
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
You're right. I hadn't thought about it that
Allegedly.
way. I just assumed it was when she was meeting not discriminating. It's because she's going to have him meet vampire in like later in the scene.
You know,
I mean, that's thinking back about it. I didn't think about it then. I'm like watching
I thought she was trying to act like he's some sort of like special superior moral person when really, and I thought it was a little bit like, do you ever like go to like one of these like psychics in a little like neon, you know, shop or whatever, or a fortune teller or whatever, and they always say all the stuff. You're like, that's just like me, and then you're like, oh wait, because it's like generic stuff, right? It's part of the trick. It's part of the trick.
Yeah, yeah. She's trying to make him feel. You're right. She is trying to make him feel, but the point is, she does explain a little bit about the Talamasca, not a whole lot. She explains that the head offices are called the mother houses, which we mentioned earlier.
Which is so weird because you know what the head off. I went to a Catholic school with nuns at the convent, and a mother house is like the head convent of the whole country. I went to school at the mother house, and that's what nuns call it. That's what nuns call.
I don't know why it makes me think of Mother Russia for some reason when they
the most senior convent in your order is the mother house.
I see.
Makes me think of Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, there's.
I hate Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, Karen did not like that show.
Let me bring it up.
I like it. But either way, there's multiple mother houses, and she says that they have the
like every country has one.
Yeah,
just like us.
Well, the main ones at least.
Yeah, the main big cities. But she says that the Talamasca has a penchant for historical academia and discovery, and yeah, she says that they keep tabs on certain groups. They're not exactly spies, that but they are interested in the world of the supernatural. This is where she first brings that in, which we know from the universe that there are different types of creatures, but she doesn't say that. Yeah, she does say that basically that they're there to observe and they're not necessarily supposed to intervene, which we know, like in any other show, usually these people say that and they're going to intervene, right? They're going to cause problems. But this is where she does basically say she knows he can read minds, and she can't read he can't read hers because she's been trained since she was a little girl to block it out. So he is not able to read her mind, but which I'm assuming maybe once he gets stronger, he might be able to. I don't know, but you know, basically this is why they want him, you know, because he can help them and use his power for good is what she's, you know,
or at least that's what she's saying is why they want him.
Yes, that's what she's selling. We need you to help us do good things because you can read minds is basically what she's saying. And then she's like, think about it. So he's going to leave and she gives him this letter. I don't understand why she gave him the letter because that to me was like kind of what pissed him off after, but I guess it was so maybe he found out about their influence. I guess she really wanted him to find out the truth. It was a little weird.
It's because we're always watching, we're always there.
That too. But she gives him this letter he wrote to Santa as a child.
It was sad.
It was sad. This is
what he just wanted a friend and a pair of Nikes.
It was sad, creepy that she had
Nikes
it.
First.
Right?
Yeah, Nikes first. Yes, you're right. It was creepy that she had it. That's why I said I don't know if she wanted him to question his mother, so he knew that they had been an influence over his life. If that was the point, it really didn't explain it. She just handed it to him. But this is what prompts him, and this is where I was a little confused because we were mentioning about where the flight was. I guess it was because of that letter supposed to be that he booked the flight back to see his mother in Florida. But yeah, I don't know because I thought it said he was flying to London. That's why I was so confused because I'm like.
Yeah,
ends up. Yeah. Either way, he goes to see his
foster
mother.
In Florida.
Yeah, he goes to see his foster mother Ruth, who is in Florida. There's a picture of the letter there.
I thought that scene was kind of well done when he goes to Florida, and how it slowly came out that she was his foster mom, and it wasn't really that clear till the conversation went on.
Yes, but
at first I thought he was lying about his mom who was dead.
Yeah,
to
me
other people. Yeah, to other people. Yeah.
But yeah, from the conversation, we find out that she doesn't really want to talk about it because she signed an NDA. But basically, she was given him as a child to foster from the Talamasca, we're led to believe. And they continue to talk, and you find out from a British woman. So we're assuming that it was Helen that gave him to her. And we find out from what she says that basically they affected his whole life. They paid for his school. They kind of influenced. I mean, Helen says later they didn't influence the way he went. They just gave him opportunities to do what he wanted to do, which I don't know how accurate that is because we don't know how much truth she's telling. But they gave him the things he needed, paid for his school, kind of got him his job, that kind of thing. And obviously he gets upset about this for good reason because he didn't know about it. But she can't really talk about it. And that's why I'm saying I don't know if the letter was because she wanted him to find out. I'm not sure why she gave it to him because she had to know that would happen, right? Or at least
that you mean like why Helen showed her hand that she had this letter he'd written to Santa when he was very small.
I assume she wanted him to find this out, but maybe wanted him to find it out on his own as opposed to telling him. Because
I thought she was trying to be like, "Oh, we've been following you your whole life because you're so special."
That too, yeah.
And then guys like,
so who do you think gave you the Nikes this year? You know, the Talamasca table, the Nikes.
Like, you really think you had all those scholarships to private school for your entire life, right? And like, which I don't think he ever applied for them. He just got them, right? Like he's a little. I mean, when you grow up in it, you think it's normal, right? And his.
I'm assuming it was probably Grosse Pointe that he got because he said someplace in Detroit. I was like, someplace like. Almost expensive.
Yeah.
Either way, they've helped him out.
But I don't think I don't think that's what it is. I don't think they were trying to help him out and give him opportunities. I think they wanted to have him in a place where they could observe him at all times, and they needed him to be in a school that they could control and an environment where they could always watch him, right?
Yeah. But I think they also kind of did guide him in the direction they wanted as well, because I think that I'm at least guessing from what Helen said, I think that she always intended to, recruit him at some point.
But I don't know how guided him in a direction, like what guided him to be a lawyer, to go to law school?
Guided him to be successful, so he would maybe be open to it, I guess.
I don't think he's successful.
So when somebody in the Talamasca dies, they can hire him.
Yes. Well, I'm saying successful as in they paid for his schooling. He was going to get a good job. He's smart. They didn't just let him.
He graduated from law school without a job, which is like unheard of, right? Like everybody has a job before they graduate.
Right. They were giving him the job, so they would have rectified.
Were they giving him the job? He got that job by mind reading. They didn't give him that job. He was not going to get the job until he read their minds. Helen didn't get him that job. He got himself that job.
You're probably right. I kind of assumed that they set that up, but you're right. He did get that on his own, but I don't know. Maybe they gave him the opportunity. I don't know. I got the opinion.
I just don't think that, and I don't think he's successful. I think he's painfully awkward and nerdy, and he has no friends. And he's like, we're going to talk about episode 2. I can't even believe that he could get that girl. But I find him to be really awkward and uncomfortable and not, I don't know. I mean, going to NYU law school. So he's academically successful, but his life is a disaster.
True. But no, that's what I meant. I just meant they gave him the opportunity to make his success, I guess, is what I'm saying. That's what she's trying to say anyway. I don't know if that's
what she's trying to say. Yes. Yeah. Helen's like, we gave you opportunity. He's like, oh, you stalked me and watched me and controlled me. Thanks, bitch.
Yeah, he's smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
So then this guy, which is like their computer tech guy, he tells them that Archie, this guy in the picture here, is on the move again, coming to London, that Jasper sent for him. So they're trying to find out what's going on. And this is where we first hear that she says that she believes this means the 752 is real and in London, which we have no clue what the hell she's talking about. But this is where we first hear about it.
Right.
So, So this is the guy she later tells him to follow. They tell him to follow.
Oh my God, we have to get these bots out of our chat. They're so annoying. They're all from Twitch. Can we just stop broadcasting?
We do get some real people from Twitch. That's why I keep it open each time. But yeah, most of them are spam. But people on YouTube can't see it. Only other Twitch people. So it's okay. All right. And then we have this really quick scene of Jasper surrounded by, again, what we're assuming is vampires and he's making clicking noises or something, isn't he? What's he doing?
He has a clicker. He has an animal trainer.
It's how you train a dog or a cat, with a clicker.
Or animals at the zoo use them.
I tried it on my cat. She was not having it.
I don't think they work on cats.
They say it works on cats. They say it works on cats. You could train them to do stuff with the clicker.
I can't see it.
It's mostly used for dogs, right? And these seem to not be the suave and sexy and compelling vampires that we know.
They're the clicker drove ones.
These are
little animals, zoo animals.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that they might be recently turned vampires too.
Maybe, but like when we saw Louis turn, he wasn't like Louis was turned and was so gorgeous. Right? Like an interview with the vampire, when they're turned, there's not a period like this.
They're like bottom shelf vampires.
Was he not violent at the beginning though? If he hadn't got bloody, he would have been violent, right?
Oh, he was kind of violent and starving, but he was not. These guys kind of felt like they're like zombies with their arms out, the cages and all. Right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming, and
but even when Jason Anderson looks rough, he doesn't look rough. He still looks great.
To me, these feel more like vampires that maybe had not been fed and were becoming
that's
like.
What I mean. Yeah, I assume for people
working class vampires.
Would you say working class? Working class vampires. They seem to be not of a of the like
intellectual sort.
Yeah. They seem a little different, right? They just seem a little different.
Yeah.
B says cats train people, not the other way around. I don't have a cat, so I can't.
My cat was like, click it again.
Well, they tend to use it with birds of prey and stuff to show like behaviors at zoos. But I've never seen it used with a cat. I think the cat would just run away from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we see a little bit about him. Then we go back to Helen and Guy again. And this is where he kind of, confronts her about them being in his life and asks how long they were there. And this is where she says, since he was orphaned, and that she says she doesn't know anything about his real family, which seems to be a lie, we find later, but she says she doesn't know anything, that they selected him because of his powers, his gifts. But this is where she says that they think he can converse with someone else who has these talents. So someone else who can read minds, he should be able to talk directly to them in their mind, which is what they're...
and that makes sense, right? I guess he's just never met another mind reader before.
Right.
But it makes sense.
Which I assume from later in the episode that she's implying more than anything means vampires. Since but we'll get to that. Okay. She says that the Talamasca has shaped Guy's path through his life. They paid for his housing, his education, pulling strings to ensure he developed along the path they want. That's what he says, around the path they wanted. And he feels like that everything he's done was a lie, like that he didn't really accomplish anything. And that's where she's basically like, no, you would have ended up here. We just made it easier for you, is basically what she says. But she says that there's somebody who can answer his questions that she is going to take him to see. And she wants him to go to, this is where I said the travel, I got kind of confused. Because they're in New York, right? They're still in New York.
They're still in New York, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because they talk about him not having a passport. I guess if he goes, they're going to get him the passport. They'll take it. But she takes him to this place called the Dakota.
So you don't know the Dakota? The Dakota is like so crazy famous. It's like the most was the Dakota Hotel, and now an apartment building is like one of the most famous buildings in New York City. For those who don't know, right? And like tons and tons and tons of celebrities have lived there. I think that
including John Lennon.
Well, John Lennon most famously was shot outside the Dakota, right?
Shot outside the Dakota,
yeah. But I think, did Joni Mitchell live there? Didn't Madonna live there? Lauren Bacall lived there. Harlan Coben lived there. Harlan Coben lived there. Like tons and tons and tons. Judy Garland lived there. We would never, we're lucky we're allowed to walk on the sidewalk outside of it, right? Like it's just, of course, Yoko Ono stayed there forever. It's an incredibly famous address, but mostly for John Lennon's death. Yeah.
I see. So she takes him here to meet somebody. And this is where she says that Talamasca tracks and observes, but basically isn't supposed to interfere. But when something bad goes wrong paranormally, then they interfere to take care of things. And this is where she says witches and vampires and ghosts and demons exist. And he says he does not believe in those things. And this is where she says, well, nobody does until they meet one.
Is that where he has the zombies one? And then she says the zombies don't exist?
You watch too much, Kelly.
Yeah,
Also,
I think there was a comment
also
about
like you can read minds, but you don't believe in the supernatural.
I know, right? I would think that would be kind of a key thing there. But yeah, so we do know from her saying this that there are, if you didn't know it yet, you do know that there are others other than vampires. The vampires aren't the only things. But yeah, so she's taking him to meet this guy Burton, who's a vampire.
Who is Jason Schwartzman? Holy cow! I did not
surprise.
Right?
No, I didn't see it coming either. That was a surprise. It doesn't seem like he was going to play a vampire in a series.
A vampire, yeah.
But so yeah, this is one of the things that she wanted him for, because they didn't really get into this, but I definitely think that she brought him there to find out if he was like doing something against them, because she asked him later, she says, like, if you listen, it's very quick. She says something to him after this, like, is he a good vampire? Like, I think that she wanted him to read his minds, and that's why I was
what you keep saying him. I don't understand if you mean she wanted Guy to read Burton's mind, or for Burton to read Guy's mind.
Guy to read Burton's mind, because she said earlier that he could read minds of other people that had the gift. So, like, nobody can read the vampire's mind except him. So she brought him there, I thought, and was supposed to be for the express purpose of him finding out about Burton. It wasn't just to introduce him to a vampire. That was what I got out of it, but it was a very quick throwaway line, so I didn't really put a lot into it. But like, now that we're going through it, she does say something after, like, do you believe he's a good vampire, or something like that.
I mean, I think it was the point. I mean, yes, it was for Guy to see that vampires exist, but I think she's testing just how powerful Guy could be. Like, because like, maybe most mind readers can't read a vampire's mind. He couldn't read Jasper, right? But like, could Guy be powerful enough to read a vampire?
I don't know that. Is it that he couldn't read Jasper, or is it Jasper pushed him out? Like, I think Jasper was stronger than he was. I don't know that it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if he hadn't like pushed him out, does that make sense? Because
all right, but it's easy enough. I mean, he can't read Helen. Helen's like, I'm trained for you to not read me, right?
Like, I'm guessing this guy is letting him read his mind. He's not, because he seemed kind of surprised, because I got the opinion that during part of this, he was trying to block it, because he said he seemed surprised when he can still read him.
You mean that Burton was trying to block Guy?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm confused by the pronouns.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was trying to find where it said it here. Okay, let's see. Let's first, let me go in order.
And I thought part of the point of this was, okay, you go ahead if you want to.
Yeah, sorry, no, she gives him this ring. Not that we really need to know that.
I thought giving the ring was like, it was a great part of the scene. It really helped us to understand Burton's personality. And he says, like, I haven't worn this in 150 years or something, that she's managed to obtain a ring that he lost 150 years ago. And like, I thought this interaction was great to show like Helen's capabilities and Burton's vanity.
Right.
And all the art he's got, all the art he's got in this place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that it's kind of, I don't want to exactly say a bribe, but I mean, it's to keep him on their side.
Well, it's a little gift. It's just a little gift between friends.
I guess that's fair.
She found it for him after he lost her for such a long time.
I don't think she needs to. She got him into the Dakota. She doesn't need to keep giving him things to keep him on her side. She got him into the Dakota. She can get him out of the Dakota.
True. But the other thing that's important about this scene, and I don't know if I have a picture of it. I guess I don't have a picture of it. But the other thing that's important is they talk about Daniel's book, the book Interview with a Vampire, because I forget exactly what he says about it, but he doesn't like that they let this book be published. He's not super happy.
I don't think any vampire would like that book.
No, of course not. No. But yeah, he mentions the book. And this is where they talk about him being able to read his mind, and that for Guy, it's painful. And he says it's only painful for him because he views it as a crime, like he's sneaking when he reads their mind, and that adrenaline is what hurts. And that if he realizes that, like, he's basically saying, you're strong, take what you want. And if you look at it that way, it won't hurt, is kind of what he says. Yeah, but I definitely got the opinion somewhere here that because he says later that it's a two-way street. I thought that at one point he tried to block his mind reading ability and Guy could read his mind anyway. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't remember what the comment was. It might have been after he put him outside. I'm not sure. But
yeah, I think I got something similar, Jamie, that you did, that he couldn't block him. Which is weird because Helen could.
Casper could, and Helen could, yeah. So he's strong. Maybe not as strong as certain people or creatures, but he's strong.
I mean, I don't know how much. Yes, Burton was surprised. Perhaps I think maybe Helen did not brief Burton that she was bringing a mind reader over. She tells, he maybe suspected to meet a human who had to be convinced that vampires exist. He maybe didn't know he was meeting a mind reader, and then maybe was taken by surprise when Guy read him and had to push him out. I mean, I certainly think Burton had the upper hand throughout the entire interaction. I love this scene. This is maybe my favorite scene in the whole episode. I thought Schwartzman was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I loved his vampire, who is who has a little bit in common with Louis, if you watch Interview, in the way they cover. Vampires are all fancy and cover their house with art, and they're right. And yet he was a little more real and a little more fun. Louis, like Louis, the modern Louis that Daniel meets with in Interview, is kind of an insufferable snob and a jerk, right? By that point.
Yeah.
And Burton is much more fun.
Years to do that to you, though.
I mean, Lestat is an insufferable snob, also, right? And
at least he has a sense of humor.
Yeah, I enjoyed Burton, and I really enjoyed Schwartzman as Burton, and I was disappointed to not see him in the second episode. I'd watch a whole show about him.
Yeah, no, I like him too. I found it though. He's showing him what he can do, because he teleports around them to kind of freak him out. But then he says that I locked you out so you can quit.
I don't think so. So vampires don't teleport; they just move so quickly that you can't see it.
True. Okay,
it's the air gift, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
the floaty gift.
Yeah. But they don't teleport.
No, I know. I don't know why I was thinking that. I'm
because you watch too much. Too much science fiction.
Yeah, that I'm not thinking it through. Yes, because I did know that. It just didn't occur to me.
Because you've had a long day, Jamie.
I have had a long day. This is where he says, "I locked you out. You can quit trying," but clearly he didn't, because he's still reading his mind. But yeah, he talks about theatrics, and that he's saying that what Guy has is just a parlor trick he can't even control. And
True.
This is where Guy, kind of to piss him off back, says that he thinks Burton hates himself because he turned against his own kind. Which, look, to be fair, we don't necessarily know that now we know more because we've seen Interview in that, but he's implying that him working with the Talamasca means he's going against the other vampires, which, do we know that that's a fact? We don't. But that's what he's saying. He's like, you hate yourself for that. And that's where he pushes back into his mind, and he didn't expect it. But then he tells him it's dangerous because it's a two-way street. So in other words, you can push in my mind, but I can push in you, into your mind. And this is when he freezes everybody.
Yeah. And we know, you don't have to watch. So we know from watching Interview and reading Interview, but I don't think that if you haven't watched it, that it's a big leap to understand that the vampires aren't one just giant happy family of thousands of vampires around the world. There are vampires who are in different covens and we see conflict between them. And like, did Burton betray his kind, or we don't really know. He's aligned himself with.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. And look, I might join the Talamasca too if they got me into the Dakota, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. But, after thousands of years or whatever, you can amass a lot of wealth. So.
I mean, I do think that's part of the reason that Helen brought Guy to Burton is because he lives in the Talamasca. He lives in the Dakota. And for Guy, who's been going to college in New York City and maybe or any, to understand, like you don't just get someone past the Dakota co-op board. And for Helen to be able to, like, I think she's like, guy's like 24, and like he didn't really buy into her power of the gorgeous library, but he's buying into her real estate power in this moment, maybe.
Yeah, but
right?
you don't. How long has he been there though? Maybe 100 years.
Yeah, right. Well, Helen has a human lifespan, right? We don't think she's a vampire.
Yeah, I don't think. That's what I was going to ask them. How big? Because I clearly don't know a lot about New York City. Is the Dakota though? Is it like more than one? It's more than one apartment though, right? I mean,
it's an apartment building. It's a co-op. It's a building.
Okay,
it was at one point a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's more than one apartment. He's got a penthouse, so he has.
Yeah, it's now a co-op, which is sort of like a condo, but with a different type of governing board and a different type of organization. Which I don't. Are there co-ops anywhere? I guess there are other places. I only hear about them in New York, but
they have in Michigan, like co-ops.
Yeah, but it's a very
it's a very expensive building that we never have a chance in our life.
Yes,
and very exclusive, and it has a board of residents that make the decision of whether you can move in or not. Like Helen to sway the co-op board of the Dakota is like a real estate miracle, right?
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And I just thought that maybe like this was to impress. This was a different way to impress the guy with what she's capable of. If you're not buying into the whole like I live in a cool library thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even thought about that, but that does make sense. But this is where whenever Guy pushes into Burton's mind, he says that it's dangerous because it's a two-way street.
Yeah,
he can put it back into his, and he basically freezes. I say everybody. He freezes his.
Pretty. His housekeeper named Pretty.
That's a better.
That's a great name.
I hated that. To me, that felt really like a
violation.
Well, it's like a pet name, right? Or a little like.
One of her names really pretty.
I mean, okay, she's pretty, but it's definitely not widely used now.
I mean, when she talked in the closed captioning, it was capital PRETTY :
Oh, pretty. Okay, that's what I said. I couldn't understand.
PRETTY, pretty. That's her name.
I could not understand anything you said. Okay,
because the way she said it in her fake British accent, she's like, "Thank you, pretty."
Yeah, that's a little strange. But either way,
I think her name's actually Pretty.
It might be. But either way, because it might be like a name they use in her country. I don't know. But anyway, so Burton freezes that woman and also Helen. So they like their time is froze, I guess you could say, and they're not moving. And he's doing it to scare him, Guy.
Okay.
That's something the vampires can do in the books. Is freeze time like that.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it's cool.
Because Lestat does it too, but he can't do it.
Because it's kind of ridiculous. But
it's ridiculous, but it makes for good TV, I guess.
Well, he speed runs, whatever you want to call it, and takes Guy out to the ledge to freak him out, and he's like floating there. That was really cool the way they did that. He's floating there away from him, and he shows him that they do have a glamoring capability, let's call it, where he tells him to step off the edge, and he almost does. I mean, he doesn't make him kill himself, but he's proving a point. He could make him kill himself if he wanted to.
I think he's a little bit like pushing back, like, "Oh, you're going to invade my mind? Let me show you what I can do."
Yeah, I thought he pushed back from that. I thought he was like pushing his foot back.
Weak worm human, let me show you what a vampire can do. You think you're going to come into my mind? Get out.
Yeah, and that's why he's saying it's very dangerous. But to be fair, Guy doesn't know that he's not trying to be insulting. He's just, he
Are you kidding me? I think Guy was trying to be.
Well, he's trying to be insulting, but I mean, he's not. That wasn't.
When you say to someone, "Oh, you hate yourself because you betrayed your kind," I mean,
yes, that's
to be insulting.
But I mean, I don't think
Guy has the arrogance of a highly intelligent 24-year-old. Right? He
didn't intend that something like he obviously isn't scared of him, which is kind of the point I guess I'm making. Like he didn't know that he could do something like that, or he wouldn't have insulted him.
I guess he didn't read Interview with the Vampire like the rest of America did.
Right. So either way,
he will soon enough. He'll get his copy.
He's getting an autographed copy soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he scares them. This is where they're frozen. And then, whoops, not yet. And
I
then
mean,
he says,
in the books, and even in the, I guess a little bit in the series, when this book comes out, it is a huge bestseller that everyone is talking about, right? And we see later when Daniel's at the reading that everybody is there, and like,
but people don't believe it. That like people think it's fiction, though, right? Like,
yes,
from
they
what
do.
I've
They
read,
think it's a work of fiction. Yeah, they do.
which is
But
Except
what
for those
somewhat
vampires.
pisses the vampires off too, because they're basically like it's almost like, I don't want to say making fun of them. It's not, but it's kind of is, because
It's
it's like,
exposing them.
yeah, it's exposing them, even though nobody believes it. It's like saying this is who we are, and it makes light of what they are, I guess.
really, Interview with the Vampire doesn't make light of what they are.
No, not that the book makes light of them. I'm saying the sense that because they're exposing them, even though the humans don't realize it, it's like making it like it's kind of like come and get me, even though they don't know it. It's still kind of like putting it out there. Does that make sense? I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
kind of like the Queen of the Damned.
I mean, you watch the season. I mean, you've watched Interview with the Vampire, right? Like, that's not why Daniel was an investigative
that's not
journalist.
why Daniel does it. I'm saying that I think that that's part of the reason why it probably pisses off vampires, though, because it's like saying to the humans, we're here, whether they believe it or not. It's still saying, like, we're here for you to do something if you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's
like, an exposure of their world, right? That they have worked hard to. At most vampires,
when I said it's making light, I mean it's like making light of the importance of what they've done. It's like making it like, oh, I don't care if we tell humans. Like, it makes it seem like that. Not that he meant it in that way, but
the masquerade.
Well, I mean, so I disagree a little bit, but yes, Lestat is. I mean, it's Lestat, right? It's Lestat. It's all about Lestat.
That's true. But either way, they don't want to be exposed. Sorry, my mouth is hurting.
No, I think most vampires have worked hard to live in the world, the human world, and not draw attention to themselves, right?
Right. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's making light of. It's making light of their.
It's not making light of the.
I mean, like it's.
Lestat believes
like what they've done doesn't matter. Like, they've tried so hard to stay in the shadows, and he's basically like, "Here we are," or "Here you are." And so I'm saying that's why I think it pisses the vampires off. Not that was Daniel's intention. I'm just saying, like, to the vampires.
Well, he's violating the rules, is what you're saying.
I don't think they're personally offended. I think they're angry that he violated the rules and maybe a little bit of afraid that what could come of this. I don't think that they're offended that he made. I just disagree with you about that, but it doesn't matter for this show.
No, that's fine. I'm just not sure if I'm explaining it the way I mean it. That's all, because I get the feeling that you don't know what I mean, but it's fine.
It's entirely possible. Also,
we can agree to disagree. I'm not doing a good job explaining things tonight to anybody. But anyway, he does freeze them, was my point. And whenever he unfreezes them, he does tell, meaning Burton tells Helen that she's going to get Guy killed.
And what we're going to see later is that I believe Guy's going to get himself killed because he's totally incompetent. But whatever.
Yeah. And this is where they have a conversation outside, and he says to her, what if he had killed me? And this is where she says, what did he feel when you spoke privately? Was he innately good or bad? And then she says, but what about me too? So she's like, what's your impressions of him, and what's your impressions of me? And
what do you guys think about that question?
What?
What do you think about that question? I think that's a false question, a trick question. We talk a lot on the shows we watch. I just don't maybe think that anybody's innately good or bad unless they're maybe literally a demon from hell. And I guess some people think vampires are demons, right?
Yeah. But that's where I said I think that I think part of the reason she brought him there was to get an impression on Burton because he can read his mind. That was how I took it.
Oh.
But yeah, she also says, what about me? Because she's like, she's basically saying, and do you trust me? So yeah, it's a loaded question, but you're right. Nobody's all good or all bad. And we do discuss that.
But I disagree. I don't think she was ever testing Burton. I think this is always about testing Guy.
That's interesting. I don't know. That was just how I took it when I watched it. That line is what that meant to me. I don't know. What do you think, Scarlet?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I was going to go one way. Now I kind of want to go the other.
No, I'm just curious. Yeah, I don't know. That was how I took it.
You know what? I think that's what they want you to think.
Yes, they want us to be confused. But either way, he
Probably
basically
confused
is
by a lot of
walking
things in the show,
away.
but I find it intriguing.
Yeah.
Either way, he's walking away. He's like, I'm not going to, he's basically isn't intending to work for her at this point.
Well, I mean, I'd be freaked out if I had a vampire
I
almost
would
make me
freak out
step
too.
off the
I would
ledge,
be
right? I
freaked
can
out
see why you'd be like, forget it, I'm out.
Yeah. So she says she can't blame him for walking away, but and says perhaps he should. And I'm wondering, is she trying to reverse psychology?
Right?
Probably.
Psychologize. She's trying to psychologize him.
Yep. All right. So then he has a dream about Burton being in his room on that chair, but then when he wakes up, the chair is spinning. So it's implying he really did come visit him, I guess.
Yeah.
And on the chair is a book, which we find out is, of course, Interview with the Vampire. And it's underlined as how many of these are your victims? I recite a list of the deceased. And in there,
I read both pages of that.
Yeah. Yep.
About the real Rashid and Armand. It's mainly about the real Rashid and Armand.
Yeah, it does have something in it. But yeah, Anna Lemus is circled, which is one of the victims, which is his mother. It's his mother's name, so we're assuming it's his mother. It's supposed to be his mother's name, which is why it sticks out to him, and he immediately goes to see Daniel Malloy, which there he is. He's having a book reading.
He just happens to be in town.
He happens to be in town. So yeah, he's having a reading and a signing, and this is where we were saying before, if you've seen Interview with the Vampire, he is from Interview with the Vampire. He's the one that wrote Interview with the Vampire.
So by the way, in the book Interview with the Vampire, Anna Lemus is not in that list of victims. They've made that up for this show.
Well, near's the real Rashid, is he?
No, real Rashid's not mentioned either. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at it wrong then, because I'm looking at it as a book within a book. It's really not. That's the book then, right? It's just I'm looking
assuming it's that version of the book in this universe from the TV show, the novelization of the TV show.
I mean, so it's a book within the TV show, but it isn't really
done by this Daniel.
The original book is called Interview with the Vampire, and it's the story of Daniel interviewing
Louis.
Louis, right?
The story of him writing the book is new. Well, no, it's not.
No. In the series of novels, this book does come out. Yes,
as an actual thing, within the universe.
It's still a book within a book, technically.
No, you can't read it within the book because Interview with the Vampire is the book. It's set up as an interview.
It's a book that is written in the book. Not that you can read it, but it's a book he's writing in the book, right?
In the original book, Daniel is writing the book. He's interviewing the vampire to write a book.
For the book.
And then in the later books, it's the book.
And in the next book, The Vampire Lestat, Interview with the Vampire is published and released and comes out.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. But my point is, you're saying it's not in the list. It's not in the list in the real world copy of the book. Their copy. That's what I was trying to get at. Whether or not that name is in all copies of the in-world book or just the one that Burton gave him.
I see what you're saying.
Let's make a comment of saying that the Talamasca put that in there.
The special edition.
Yeah, so it could even be just the one he has. I don't know. That was I didn't mean to
the Watching We're Always There edition.
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't thought about that. I mean, it's definitely not in the real world book that I can pick up and show to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. But that's where I'm saying,
but did they make a list of it in the series? Wasn't Armand or somebody talking about the people they killed or something?
Yeah, I think there is a real list of people they killed, but she's not in it. And Anna Lemus, the name Anna Lemus is lifted from a John le Carré novel. John le Carré. It's from The Spy Who Came In From the Cold.
I thought the name sounded. I mean, not that I know what that book is, but the name sounded kind of like maybe I'd heard.
Oh, that's a pretty famous John. He's a really famous writer.
James Bond level spy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Name sounded familiar.
But not James
so
Bond.
my point is that the name is in the in-world book, but what I was getting at is it in all in-world books or is it only in this copy of it?
Oh, I think it's in all real world books. I think just from watching it. I think
unless it's a Talamasca special edition.
Yeah, no, I think you might be right. But the reason why I was getting at that is, so he talks to, what happens is he goes to see him here. He asks him to sign the book. He has another book there too. What's the other book? A Shadow on the Skin.
Oh.
Under the something. I don't know what the other one is.
Well, he had been a writer before. This is not. Right. Well, he'd been a reporter, really, right, before this. But whatever.
Yeah.
He's written a bunch of books.
Curious what they were. This one is the United States something prism or something. I don't know. I just was curious. So anyway, he gives him the book, shows him the page. He says to sign, go to 227, and he saw instead of signing, he says, "Out back in 20 minutes." So this is where Guy goes out to meet him after the signing. And he asks what he wants, and he tells him about Anna Lemus and that she was his mother. And he says, "You wrote about her." And he gets mad. And this is where he says, and he takes off his glasses, which is to show you, for people who don't know from the show, that he's a vampire now. Yeah. He says that he wrote about a vampire, that she was just a footnote. And then he only knows what he was told. And he says that he thinks she was an addict that died when he was 9. But he said he tries to listen to his mind, and he gets mad. He knows he can read his thoughts, and he's like, "Get out of there." But this is where he says, "I didn't write that page, they did." And that's why I'm saying, like, why? So I got a question. Okay, so if the Talamasca put that page in all the books and not just his, why? Yeah. What was the reasoning behind that?
So I have a couple thoughts on that. One is, if you remember that when earlier in the previous scene when they went to meet with Burton, he says something like, "I can't believe you published that book." We knew that Talamasca had published that book through whatever publishing house they have, right? Like they worked with Daniel to publish it. Because Daniel was turned very late. Like Daniel was a human while he was writing that book. But Burton did say, like, "I can't believe you published that," or "I can't believe you let that get published," or something like that. Like he implies that Helen had allowed it to happen, right? So, I mean, maybe they put it in there because you can't, maybe they put it in there because you can't guarantee which copy will fall into Guy's hands. And we don't know that Anna is the only fake name. Like, could they be manipulating a lot of people by putting names in there?
But I guess my point is, why would they know that they were going to, a year later or whatever, I don't know how long they read the book, come across Guy and have a reason for him to see that name?
Except they didn't come across him. They've been grooming him.
I guess I'm saying, like, how did they know that the events would happen, that he'd end up getting that book? That's why I was saying, is it not possible? And I don't know that it matters either way. I just was questioning it. Is it not possible that Helen said, "Here, give him this copy," and that's why Burton gave him that book? Like,
I think it's far easier to insert the name into the entire publishing run than to create
a separate fake version. Why would they insert it in there? Like, they had to have known this was going to happen before it happened then, right? Otherwise, why would they put her name in there? There has to be a reason her name's in the book then.
Oh, because they wanted Guy to eventually find out that vampires killed his mother, maybe, if it's true. We don't even know if it's true, right? Yeah. We don't even know if it's true that they killed her.
Yeah, well, I think the episode, it seems like it's not true at any rate.
Right?
But either way, he basically says,
or maybe because they're trying to cover up whatever they did to Anna, so they want like 1 million copies of a book that says that she was killed by Louis.
Yeah, maybe they just put all their spy names in there. Who knows? Yeah. Either way, he says that the Talamasca put it in there and that they're watching him. And he says, "What's 752?" And he goes, 749 plus 3.
Yeah, that's
great. So yeah, he tells them that the Talamasca are using him, which is probably true.
And I don't know who. So we three all watching Interview with the Vampire. I don't know if anybody who's with us tonight in the chat was surprised to see Eric Bogosian. Didn't know that he was a star of the other series.
I saw it on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
We found out a long time ago he was in it when we found out. I mean, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see him also because I didn't know they were going to tie it in that directly.
No, I didn't either. But either way, he says that they're using him, which we know. But
Guy, come on, they're using you.
He doesn't send. He beams, whatever you call it, when you touch your phones together and it sends a file.
Airdrops.
Airdrop. Yeah, I guess it is an airdrop, but he has a physical airdrop. He sends him a picture of this woman who is actually
Can you make that bigger? It's the weirdest picture, and I couldn't really.
Yeah, it looks like she's photoshopped it.
Right?
Kind of does. But a couple things. One, what he says to him is, "Was everyone wearing Lululemon when he was 9?"
Yeah.
So he's saying that, like, this meat, which I don't know how you can even. What is that? Is that like a brand of a purse? I don't
He
even know
has
what
a
that is.
fashion sense.
Oh, yes.
I guess
Lululemon
Daniel has
is
a
a-
fashion sense.
It's a hugely popular
It's yoga
athleisure
clothes, Jamie.
It's
Yoga
what?
clothes. Yoga clothes.
It's hugely popular, especially among like.
Yeah, but how could you tell what
Yeah.
she's wearing? I
People
guess
who
is what
think they're
I'm-
fancy
No,
pants
I
that live in
think
the suburbs.
it's not what she's wearing. I think those two guys standing behind her
Yeah.
are wearing
Oh,
Lululemon
okay.
pullovers.
That makes more
And
sense.
if you zoomed in, we might be able to see the logo, but
Yeah,
I
there
can't.
might be a logo on one of them.
Yeah.
That's what I was assuming too, was those people.
But
behind.
also, all their clothes are not from like guys like 24. So his mother's
Right.
been
They're
dead
like-
for like 15 years.
Yeah.
They're wearing contemporary clothes. She's holding a smartphone. She's been
Yeah.
dead.
That's true. Yeah, you could have just said, did they have iPhones? That
They
would
didn't
have
play
made
for
more sense.
iPhones. They played for Lululemon.
Maybe Lululemon paid for that to get their
Yeah,
name in there.
probably.
Well, and it was sarcasm, but I'm just saying it would have.
Yes.
It would have. I mean, I understood the point, but I didn't know exactly.
But she's
what
been
that
dead for like 15 years, right?
It's probably
It-
better
she
you
does
don't know
look
what they are, Jamie.
Photoshopped though, right? It's like a really
kinda
busy
look
New York City street, people walking, and she stops and is like, "You're gonna get mowed down by those guys trying to get to their
I
subway."
don't know how this picture was taken.
Yeah,
I don't know, but the point is clearly it's a present, like a photo from recently. So he's
It looks
saying
like a bunch
she's
of
alive.
public domain photos all put together.
It might be,
Doesn't
but
it? Yeah.
here's the thing.
The
that's
Photoshop
important.
nightmare.
Here's the thing that's important. Actually, you can see already that there's a Union Jack before he sees the reflection.
Telltale
there's a-
sign.
look at that Union Jack.
Because
I
British
only
people
know
have those
this
all
because I'm
over.
looking at the picture.
Everyone in London has a Union Jack on their briefcase,
Yes.
right?
Nobody in
Yeah.
the US has any.
I know, but
Right.
also she has a Talamasca tattoo.
Where?
Where?
Look, it's a
I don't
Talamasca.
Oh
see
yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's that
Oh.
thing on her wrist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
never
saw
seen
that
that.
right away.
I didn't
I
see
mean, I
it at
saw
all.
that before too. Well, not on this picture. I noticed it on the close-up picture.
I just saw the
impressed.
photo. I just saw the Photoshop nightmare around her, and I didn't really concentrate on her.
He also
Like,
almost
what is
funny.
this?
The thing that's so funny is that is probably a scene they shot and took a still from, and we're all like, it
Oh,
looks
no,
like
that's
it's-
Oh,
Photoshop.
that's photoshopped
You
of a
really
bunch of
think it is?
names.
It could be.
It's
Oh, yeah.
like layers
I
upon
think it's
layers of
hilarious if
people.
it is.
Why
I
is
think
she
it's
not
hilarious.
facing front and walking on that like everybody else? And if you
Okay, that's
zoom
true.
in,
Yeah, you're right.
He's
You
gonna
would
back
get
into
more
those
notice.
guys.
I also felt like, could he really recognize her? Like, so we can't get a good picture. Even if you zoom in on it, his mother's dead 15 years. She would be aged. Her hair is wholly covering her. Like, wouldn't you be like, that's a woman who looks like I think my mother might look like now,
That's
but what
totally
do I
my
know?
mom.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is very shady to me.
Yeah, but that might more be script. Hey, Doc, welcome.
Hey, Doc.
But his mother might have been in the Talamasca, is what they're
the
saying
point
here, right?
is,
Yes.
he does say don't. He says something like not to go and save her, but he knows that's what he's going to do. And he's
Duh.
like, if you regret it, he's like, yeah, but where would I go if I wanted to do that? And he doesn't help him. But later he gets on his laptop and he looks at the photo, and this is where I noticed it right away. Okay, so there's more than one Union Jack. Now I'm seeing there's another huge Union Jack.
It's just because
Okay.
everybody in Britain
Like
has
somehow-
Union Jacks.
Everybody in Britain looks
This photo does look so
It's like the
photoshopped.
beginning of Austin Powers.
If it was
Yeah.
New York, we'd all have American flags all over our purses, right?
Right,
It's
exactly.
so silly.
But the point is,
Well, in
is
certain
that
areas they do.
I did right away notice the
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah, Scarlet.
There's a better shot of the tattoo.
Look at it.
But
She looks
It's
very
a hot mess.
She does look very furtive and suspicious, doesn't she?
she does. But then we look and he sees the reflection of the
Big
I didn't even
Ben.
notice Big Ben. I noticed the flag. I think you were supposed to, and I'm like, oh well, there's Big
Mhm.
Ben too.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
that's an obvious tell then, I guess.
Yeah, they're both obvious. That's a more obvious tell, right?
And
I just-
everybody walking the
There's a
streets
picture of the
with
Queen reflected in the window.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I only
We're
saw the
obviously
flag
in Britain.
watch. But either way, so he's assuming she's alive and he wants to go after her and find out why the Talamasca is lying. And then Helen here back in her office looks at this picture. Now, I don't know. She just kind of
Shining.
smiles at it. I kind of assume maybe one of them is her, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't play with us forever and ever.
Creepy twins. And then
Oh, that picture. Is this supposed to be? This is set. So actually, Interview with the Vampire, the book is set in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That book comes out in the
Late
80s.
70s, yeah.
Because I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking, how old would Helen have to be to have? I mean, these children are from like
Yeah,
the
but
20s.
the TV show takes place in modern times, though.
I know,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
in the novel,
Hey, she's immortal.
well, yeah, because
Look
looking
at
at this
this
picture, Wouldn't that be like the 1920s? Like,
Well, it might be the 40s. I don't know how much photography.
I think I'm missing something of
kind of color.
Why you
Unless
think?
it's been
I mean,
colored
I
in.
think that photo. To me, it's not super clear that that's a specific type of photo that would have to be like.
I'm looking at their clothing. I'm looking at their clothing.
Yeah.
Some kind of uniforms. They look like school uniforms.
Yeah, it could be 40s, 50s. It might fit with her age.
Yeah, it could be. Could be 40.
Maybe.
I
Yeah,
don't think that is not 50s. Those little, I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think she's old enough for it to be in the 20s. She's not that old, I don't think.
Immortal.
Unless she's immortal, yeah. But I mean, like as a human, the actress is clearly not that old. So
I mean, in the novels, it all takes place in like the late, it's like the 1980s, right? Because doesn't like Lestat ends up being in like a 1980s hairband, right?
Yeah, like a big hairband, like Poison, do what you will.
Yeah. But this is like, it's all been updated to be taking place now, which I get why you do for a TV show, but I just felt like these pictures, I'm like, could Helen really be that old? Like, I'm going to ask my phone right now.
You also have
yes, if she's immortal is what your phone's going to say.
Let me ask you something else, so Karen, you're not thinking about that might make a difference. You also have to remember these school uniforms are a British school unim, not what we would wear here.
That's true.
So they may have had different styles in
I guess they do have. I mean, Elizabeth the Governor is 64 right now.
Yeah,
so that would be like a 54, 55-year-old photo. So 50, no. 50 years ago, it was only like 1975, right? Like 50 years ago was 1975.
Maybe.
Like 60s at the absolute earliest. Have to be,
wait.
There's no date on this photo.
50 years ago, it's 50 years ago. I can't add.
I'm saying this photo looks older than the actress looks like she could be this child.
Yes. And maybe she's not this child. I said I think she's this child. I was guessing. I have no clue.
I mean, I agree with you. I think she's this child, but I think the aging doesn't work right.
Oh, I thought it was his mom.
Unless she's a vampire. It could be his mom. Yeah.
I thought it was his mom.
Wait, his mom? Who's
his mom? And his
guy's mom. One of those
his
children.
Mom and his
mom.
His mom and his aunt.
No, wait. Back up. Guy's mom?
Guy's mom and his aunt.
Although Guy's mom would have to be really old to be in this picture because Guy's 24-ish, right?
I don't think that age doesn't match up.
I don't know.
Unless they're vampires, and then they don't age anymore.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Either way,
with tattoo you get immortality.
No, but if you're turned, then you stop aging, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of feel like we're putting too much into the age of the photo.
I just think that photo looks like.
I just think the photo's old. It looks old. It looks like an old Polaroid from maybe the 60s. It looks like an 70s.
Old, like pre-Polaroid, like a 70s kind of camera, right? And their outfits to me looked older. But you're right, British private schools and wear some really frumpy uniforms. So hey,
yeah.
All right. We gotta move on. We're taking forever.
We're sitting forever.
I'll shut up.
Okay, so anyway, she's
this guy can't get out of the rain for anything.
I really
wanting to probably work for her, maybe because he came back. So that's what we're to know.
Am I the only person who really doesn't like this main character?
I don't love him. I mean, I don't dislike him, but I don't know that I don't find him, like you said, the other guy's more compelling. I don't
like this picture is his personality.
Just damp. He's got a damp personality.
Yes. Oh my God.
Can't get out of the rain.
B, you are correct. Maybe it's a case of the audience thinking it through more than the writers. It's definitely a case of me thinking it through more than the writers, for sure.
Whoops, forget that. Okay.
Yes, he's all damp and droopy.
He's all damp.
Ugh. All right. So next episode, we are finally on episode 2.
God. All right.
Maybe
something will happen. Something will happen. Because the whole first episode was all talking.
Which is why I do think in a way it was. I mean, look, I don't like that they released 2 episodes because of
Yeah, I don't either.
Because we'll be
but
here
at
all
the
night.
same time, I think that it gave you a better understanding of what what it is. Did you put B's thing up? Sorry, I
did, yes.
In case of the honesty. Yeah, that's what I said too. I think we're pulling it apart.
I said it's a case of me. No, you accuse me of that all the time when we don't agree, but in this case,
no, I think we both do that. I do that too.
In this case,
sometimes,
or when I don't like a show, you're like, don't pull it apart or you won't like it. I'm like, no, it sucks. But in this case, I think you're right that we're thinking it through more than the writers, and I gotta restrain myself. It's 6 episodes. It's not going to be that deep.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what I'm meaning. Like, I think that we do that sometimes. Which, to be fair, they should research it and do it right. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just
You don't even know who's in the photo.
But that's true too. We don't know whose photo it is. We're making assumptions.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I did feel like that whole first episode. Okay, so one person does get run over by a train, but you don't really get to see it. And then it's not that I want to, but
you just didn't see the gore coming out of that thing.
It's all talking, right? We did have one
talking.
We had 2 vampires, and one of them was cool, and one was a little like,
there's a lot of exposition. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You must fall off a ledge.
He's always doing that. Well, that's why we have these live streams. We go too deep into the stuff.
And look, pilots are exposition. I get it, right? Pilots are exposition.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back to here. Okay. Well, what the heck?
Here's the train tracks. Scene of the crime. Scene of the eye.
And you can kind of see the foot there. But So this starts off showing us too long, but shows that they found her body.
Here's a blob of flesh.
Well, most of it, 80% of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thing with the silly putty was. I thought at first they were saying like her body looked like silly putty, but no, they actually found
the actual silly putty. That's a Talamasca secret.
I guess because
it looks like
you can put it on newspaper and it takes the image up.
Yeah, maybe she copied something. But yeah, it's one of the eggs that holds a silly putty.
I used to love that when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I still have one. A newer one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe her eye is inside there.
Gross.
Yeah, maybe, well, if it
is silly putty. Oh,
I have to say, if it is her eye, why did they take the time before they gave it to Helen to put it in a nice little pretty
silly putty container?
I like, I just enlarged the screen. I just popped it out and like did a full screen, and I can really see like your little raven there, Jamie, sitting like he's just gonna like jump right in there into the scene.
Yeah,
little animation.
I like my little ravens.
He's perfect there, the train yard. So, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So they found Silly Putty and they found her body, and she's in a lot of pieces. She's mangled. Got hit by the train. That's what happens when you go splat.
You don't hit yourself by a train.
So this is what happens.
It's what she was. It was the goal that she was going for, and she achieved it.
Yes. So they found her in pieces, including her eye, which is what Helen received. Let me go.
No, they didn't. I don't believe they found the eye. I think
that's right. She sent it to her. You're right. No, you're right.
Jasper took the eye out.
Right. Yeah. Jasper grabbed that eye and sent it before these guys.
They found everything minus the eye.
But the eye. But the eye.
Well, we don't know. They might have missed.
Good that torso was intact.
Probably a lot of little pieces too.
I mean, I think Jasper sent it, or somebody in the Talamasca sent it. Yeah. These seem like normal cops.
Yes, I think I agree. I think it was Jasper that sent it.
Normal cops doing normal cop things.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So, I think it's so funny. Don't you think it's funny how again, this isn't though, but see, this is an American show. But see, this is another thing that makes me think this is a British show. When we have American shows and there's people investigating crime scenes, you have more detectives that look like detectives. And in British shows, you always have more people in the full gear. Not quite hazmat, but they don't do that on American shows. Do you know?
Well, they do on CSI.
The actors want to be seen.
Yeah, but they're usually not fully suited up like that when they have a crime scene with a bunch of people. I'm just saying, usually I think
it's possible different countries have different protocols.
Yeah, I would think so too.
This was shot entirely in the UK this season.
Yeah. Right. I'm just saying, that's another thing that makes me think it seems like a British show. I was just saying,
when you shoot in the UK, you hire you and they know what should be correct.
Yeah, well, they want it to look like. Well, that's true. That happened in the UK, I guess, too.
Yeah,
That,
East London.
This
It's
is occurring in the UK.
yeah, I wasn't thinking, regardless of whether the fact the show is an American show, it's still that part happening.
I do
Anyway,
think that crime scene people suit up.
they do, and you're
Well,
right.
yeah.
A lot of it is they want to see the actors.
There's a lot of
Americans
blood
aren't.
around.
I mean, Americans aren't out there barehanded grabbing
They're
body
not.
parts.
But
Some, like, long.
in American television, they more want to see the actors, and I'm not saying they don't
Yeah.
suit them up because they do that on CSI. I'm just saying
Well,
it's not like.
I mean, they don't want to see this guy so much that they didn't chop his head off, and the other guy in the back you can't see at all.
Okay, that's a good point. All right, we're
Anyway,
you don't have to pay
go ahead.
them.
Anyway,
let's get way off track. I'm getting way off
Right.
track.
Now we have this
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
I wish the Talamasca would buy some lights for their office.
That's beautiful. I love the golden burgundy.
I like. Yeah, I like that.
I just cuddle up on that couch.
Yeah. I don't know. See, the thing is it's the London Mother House. I thought it was like someplace just he was at it. Jasper. It looked more like a rich apartment type thing, and this is part of the Mother House.
Well, they have apartments upstairs from the Mother House.
Oh, that's true. They did say that. They did say that. All right. So anyway, this is the London Mother House, and this guy, his name is Owen, and he has gotten the information about Soledad's death, and he's telling Jasper that it should be fine, that they don't have anything, but he's like saying, yeah, but they're going to have to replace her, so we'll still have to worry about it. Is basically how.
And so this is like total confirmation that the London house is compromised, and that Jasper seems to be like the boss of the Talamasca now somehow, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's infiltrated it as a vampire. Is what we're assuming is the case.
Yeah.
So that's what we get of him again. Then we go back to Guy, and this is where he's like, okay, I'll work for you, but I have conditions. You never lie to me, which we already
What
know
a little brat. First of all, what a little brat. You have never had a job in your life, and you're like, he thinks he has the upper hand with Helen. And
How do you know he never has a job?
okay.
He's
Fair.
saying, I want you to do this job for us. It's really, really dangerous and put your life on the line. And he's saying, okay, I'll do it on these conditions. Like, I don't blame him for that part.
I guess,
Like,
but
no,
I think it's very naive to be like, I signed up to be a spy. Promise me you'll never lie to me. Do you know what the word spy mean? Have you ever seen a CIA show in your life ever, Guy?
Yeah, true.
Like, promise me you'll never lie to me. And Helen's like, sure. That was the first lie, right?
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, I can leave at any time. That might also be another lie. We don't know.
Right.
But yeah, those are his two stipulations. But I think it's more he wants to know about his mother and he's going to ask questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but
and
yeah.
maybe that's why when you talked about Helen putting the name in the book and making sure he gets a copy of the book, because if Guy is not going to do it, he's wavering about joining the Talamasca. But when he knows there's information about his mother, now he's in, right?
Yeah.
That's why the name was added to the list.
It's a not a scare tactic, but kind of like it's
bait. She baited the hook with his mother's name.
Bait, yeah,
right?
So anyway, this is where they very quickly, they have a bunch more exposition, and she tells him that they're going to have to create a cover for him, a cover story. That, where did I go? The last word was, they're going to have to create a cover story for him that explains why he's leaving work, because he just agreed to work for that big law firm, and now he's like, oh, sorry, gotta go. So they have to make up something because
they're like death in the family.
Because he does say something that I think he also says something like, never lie to me, I can leave at any time. Oh, my job's waiting for me when I get back. And he's like, you can do anything. If you can get him in the Dakota, you can get me my job back. So she's like, okay, we'll come up with a cover story.
Yeah, I think he said somebody in his family died, so they have like a week or whatever to go there and test it out.
Yeah, but somehow he's taking a lot more time than that. But yeah. So they're also going to, she also says they have to talk about have an excuse for his state of mind, like why he's on those drugs, I guess.
Clonazepam. That's like clonazepam. He takes clonazepam. It's like a heavy drug that he takes.
That's what I thought. I thought it was to knock him out. I didn't realize it was to block the voice.
No, it's like it's an anti-seizure medication. It's an anti-anxiety, anti-panic. They use it. You might know it by its other name. Like it has many brand names. You might know it as Klonopin. It's not a.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought it was Klonopin. I think that's what I've heard.
It's
but
Klonopin.
I was thinking it was like a
It's not a
yeah.
sleeping. It's not Ambien. It's a psychiatric medication.
No, I mean, I thought it was like a more like, I don't want to say surgery drug, but I don't know. It wasn't what I thought.
Make
it
the
was,
voices
but
stop.
it makes more sense what you're saying.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
a psychiatric drug.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but either way, she says that we got to give a reason for that. So this is all part of the story, and she basically says that this cover story we're going to tell, it needs to be close to the truth. Is basically what this whole conversation is about. And it shows in between him going to the office and saying, yeah, I have a death in the family, need to take some time off.
can I take a sabbatical even though I didn't start yet?
Yeah, exactly. You're okay with that, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't really want to hire me in the first place, but can I go on sabbatical now?
Yeah, I know, right? I guess a death
Maybe
in
it's
the
more
family
of a flex. Maybe they
but-
appreciate it because it's a flex.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But basically the other thing that's important about this that you need to know is that because they think that the London Mother House has gone rogue, none of this is like on the books. This whole thing that he's doing. She's having him investigate the rest of the Talamasca, basically. So he's got a cover story, but his cover story is actually also for the Talamasca to believe, not just for the general public.
And this is actually the first time that it made sense to me why she was hiring Guy for this job. Like I said earlier, doesn't she have like 1,000 Talamasca agents around the world? Why this kid? Now it makes sense, right?
Nobody knows about him. They can fake it. But yeah, the cover story is going to be on a deep level, so that way they can investigate him and they'll still only find this cover story. It's not just like for people he meets along the way. So
did you guys like how she kept calling it a legend?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I just figured that's what they call it.
I mean, that's what they call it. So did you guys ever watch this? There was a TV series called Legends that Sean Bean was like an operative working under deep cover. And every time he has to go on a new job, they create a legend for him. I guess it might be real spy talk, I guess, because this show Legends, he had to always like have a legend about his like cover. And he actually like, then it turns out that,
hold on.
It's interesting because it turns out that his past life maybe was a lie and he's trying to figure out what his life really was. And I'm like, oh, it's just like this guy, right? I mean, it's not, but it's not inspired by that. But I think a legend, it was weird that you calling it a legend. And then I was like, oh, that show Legends. Yeah, maybe that's a real spy thing.
I really like that teacup she has.
I really like the blouse that she wore throughout this scene. And if I was a size 2, I would buy that blouse. But my body, my girls won't fit in that.
Humble brag.
It's a nice blouse. It's a really nice blouse.
Nice teacup.
Nice
house.
It's a nice teacup.
It's a nice
I gotta say, I do not love Elizabeth McGovern in this role.
No?
I think I've watched too much Downton Abbey. And I
love her and she's having a baby.
Oh yeah, but that was like 1 million years ago. But I'm so used to Lady Grantham, which was funny because she lived in England, but she was American. And now this show, she lives in America, but she's British. But I'm so used to her with that dark hair that I'm like, and this is not, I appreciate actors take a different physical appearance for different roles. This is on me, not on her, right?
Yeah, no, but sometimes it's hard to not see somebody as a certain character, so you get it. But anyway, so she tells him that he is going to get, I don't have a picture of it, but they give him a laptop and he has a 64, how the hell could you remember that? A 64 character
I know.
passcode.
Crazy.
And a jump drive that he has to use in order to access the laptop, and his code name Dark Horse.
Yeah,
that made me laugh. But yeah, she gives him
so
a plane
brooding.
ticket, a bunch of cash, burner cards, I say, to credit cards. And then she starts to teach him. This is where I said there's a lot of exposition. They basically show scenes as she's talking, but he gets like a crash course on how to be a spy in like a week. She says something like he's getting like years of training in a week or something like that. And
that was a little silly.
It is.
Also, it's a little silly that they're teaching him 1 year worth of spycraft on this tiny blackboard and not on a computer.
well, that I think that part of the spy, I think all that is the book stuff. Isn't that just about the book? He's explained how, like, they'll give him dead drops or whatever of information, and the messages are going to be hidden in a book, and he'll have to figure out, like, or
Oh
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. But they don't even use a chalkboard in college anymore, or in high school anymore. It's just so funny
They'd
that
make whiteboards, if anything. I don't think they'd have a chalk. I haven't seen a chalkboard in like decades.
it's so funny that there's several things in this later in this episode that are very analog. And yes, there are reasons for analog if you don't want to be intercepted, but you're like that. I was like, that blackboard is so funny and it's so tiny. It's
Yeah,
so
I
cute.
get it being analog, but he could use a big whiteboard or something.
Scarlet, you teach. Do you have a chalkboard in your classroom? Scarlet's gone. Scarlet's like, I'm so bored with Karen. Shut up. But Scarlet teaches. I don't know if chalkboards are still a thing. Maybe
I don't know about regular schools, but I didn't know that colleges usually even use chalkboards. I think we had all whiteboards. And
we had chalkboards when I was in college because I'm very old, but it's all whiteboards now.
You're not that much older than me, but yeah. But my point, I was going to say one other thing though. Again, this may again, and this is dumb to say, but it's the truth. It may again be a British thing, because the other thing I noticed when I was
this is set in New York. This is set in New York.
Oh, this one is in New York. You're right. Well, but was it filmed? I don't know. But I was going to say, because something I noticed about British shows too that I think is interesting. A lot of the British shows, they have phones on the wall. We don't have that here anymore, hardly ever.
This is not
only have cell phones. Like, and I know this isn't here. I'm just saying, like, as an aside, I noticed in some of the British shows I was watching, a lot of them have corded phones. We don't usually have that. I don't know if that's like they kept them more than
I don't think the UK is loaded with corded phone. Are you watching dated shows? No, anyway, let's discuss that later.
Yeah, I got sidetracked again. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, he's learning his spy shit. Okay, that's the
1 year of spycraft in 1 week. This cannot end well.
Yeah, I agree. It can't end well. She says about part of the backstory is that was that? Okay, she sent us a message. I didn't see it. I don't know if she's going to get her charger or what she wrote.
Right, Scarlet. All
right. So part of the cover story is that his cousin helped him get the job in New York and a work visa. And so that she's talking about the cover story. Then he gets on the plane, and there's this cool scene when he's on the plane where he's looking at the information. She says there's going to be tutorials too. Like, we're going to give you, text tutorials for you to read. But he gets these. Oh, I thought I got a picture of it. I didn't. His glasses, when he looks through them, like, it reveals it. Like, it's hidden everywhere.
Oh yeah. When you look at the screen, you don't see it, and then you put on your glasses, and he sees more icons on the desktop that were not visible, right?
Yeah. I have to question though. Like, people are like, "Why are you staring at a video of bees for like an hour?" Right?
Oh, because if anybody's monitoring his internet activity externally, they would just maybe see this.
No, I know, but I could just see somebody on the plane being like, "Why are you staring at a video of bees?"
It might be soothing to hear all that buzzing and help you go to sleep, or right?
Yeah. I love bees.
Yeah, I like bees. I like bees.
Bees. Buzz.
I don't mind bees either.
I bet our friend B likes bees.
Yes, I bet B does like bees, probably.
Bee.
Anyway, this is the Talamasca symbol, which is why I noticed the whole tattoo. I just wanted to comment. But anyway, you can see the screen from there. And there's stuff about dead drops.
Studying dead drops.
A lot of his training is just on the computer. Yeah, but how to get it. B says she does. B likes bees.
Who doesn't like bees?
I love B likes butterflies too, it looks like.
Hey, if the bees die, we die.
Yeah, very true. All right. So, and we like yellow jackets too, right?
I know. I got bit by a yellow jacket about a couple months ago.
Yeah, I remember this conversation we had that I was talking about when I got stung by yellow jackets, so we went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. So yeah, they've given him housing, and they talk about the backstory as close as possible to real, about the medicine. We said that. So he will have a contact when he's there. He won't be able to contact her. She'll contact him. They probably won't ever see each other again. She wants him to go close to the mother house for him to listen to people's minds and report back to what he hears. And
like a textbook.
Yeah, and the Talamasca won't know what he's doing, but the Talamasca there in London. But he will have a handler, and everything will come through them. And then he asks what her name is, and she's like Helen, and we don't know if that's true. Like we said before, is that true? We don't know. He takes his medicine. I have written down that isn't really important. All right. So he's looking at he's looking at the
It's a
mother
really
house.
cool building, isn't it? It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there's a key art of that building. That is a cool looking building.
Yeah.
All right. So then we go to I think they said his name was Mr. Checkers. I couldn't tell for sure. I think that's what they said. Didn't have captions at the time.
I'll look that up while we talk.
Ah, geez. Yeah, you don't want to get that many yellow jackets. But anyway, he is being questioned by Owen here. And so basically, long story short, Soledad went out dancing with him and some people.
His name is in fact Checkers, Jamie. I'm sorry, that's correct. Yes.
Thank you. All right. So he went out dancing with Soledad and some other friends, and she stole his ID. That's how she broke into the office. Because apparently he's higher up. Or well, no, yeah, she's Talamasca too, so he must be higher up with the company, I guess.
Well,
right? She's another Talamasca agent, right?
That wasn't clear to me. She's Talamasca, New York.
Okay,
right? Is she Talamasca, New York, and she was trying to infiltrate?
Either way, he's higher up, I assume, and that's why she stole his ID.
If she's Talamasca, New York, she doesn't have any way to get in there. She might have been like, oh no, he said we went after work. She works there. He said we went after work. You are correct.
Yeah, that's why I assumed they were just higher. Like
she's just a lower level agent, maybe, or something, right?
Yeah, which clearly she's
or
cover for Ellen, so she's pretending to be.
She didn't want it known that she went in there. She was just trying to like blame him.
Yeah, it could be that too, but I don't know. I think it probably was more likely she's at this Talamasca office, maybe pretending to be a lower level.
I mean, if I worked for the Talamasca, I'd have cameras over 100% of the place, right?
Yeah,
whatever.
Either way, she swipes his card. They know that she did that. They know this guy didn't do it. They believe it, but the guy's an idiot and doesn't like
his boss.
Authority. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. He basically is like, you're not the boss. I know who's the boss. It's the guy watching the camera, and you're the problem.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
This is not going to end good. And he's like, I like this guy. He's laughing about it because he thinks it's funny, but that he's probably going to.
Well, he's watching from a different room.
He's watching on an iPad. He's the one on the camera that he's talking about. I don't think he actually knows who he is, but he's saying there's somebody watching on that camera.
I think Checker's saying ever since you came here, everything's different. There are cameras everywhere, even in the loo. You're watching us all the time. And I know that. Like Checkers is like
always watching.
Yeah. But he's always feel like
somebody's watching me.
But he's talking
specifically. That couch is sweet.
Watching video. So like he doesn't know it's him, but he knows there's some boss that's watching. So.
Well, he knows everything is something stinks at the Talamasca.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a sweet couch. Can we just look at that sweet couch again for a second? Yeah. Look at that awesome arm, right?
Because the back of it's like, maybe that's a pillow. Maybe it is.
Vampires like everything in red velvet, don't they?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what that makes me think of though, Karen? I always loved because I thought it was like so like sumptuous the color. Do you remember like when we were at Defiance and they had like the burgundies and the purples and the oranges of like that house there? That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah,
it wasn't red, but it kind of gave that impression of that kind of
all those jewel tones and
yeah, really pretty. All right, so
insufficient lighting,
yeah. So he's watching on his iPad or tablet. I don't know what brand of tablet it is.
His surveillance.
Yeah. All right, so now Guy has made it to town, and
he's got the shittiest job possible.
Yep. He she was right when she said, I hope you keep your humor. He has been given a job at the strip joint called the Yank.
The Yank.
The Yank.
I didn't even notice that double entendre till now.
The Yank.
I can't believe I didn't pick up on that till now.
And he's a barker. He's like sexy, but he's the word. He's like sexy.
I know he's like the worst advertisement. He's like sexy. We have Russians or whatever he says. I forget what he says, but Yeah, he is.
Strippers to the left, pole dancers
that
to
is-
the right.
That is his cover job, but he's going all the way to London to be a barker for a strip club.
I can't believe that a guy who went to NYU Law, presumably he went to some undergraduate somewhere, then he goes to NYU Law, and he comes to London. And okay, you're not going to be a lawyer, but could you get a better job than this? I mean, obviously they want him. They said that the job should be close to the Talamasca. I can't believe the Talamasca mother house is anywhere near the Yank, first of all, right?
Well, I assume that it's partially because of where the drop is too, but they could have put the drop in another place. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of dumb.
They love playing jokes.
This is supposed to like align with his cover story. I agree with you. I don't think he would work there. Like,
I will say, so in the city where I live, we have a very small little red light district downtown. It's called the Block. It's more than one block. It's like a block and a half, but it's called the Block, and it is across the street from the police headquarters, and it's right around the corner from City Hall, and it is
really classy.
It's really centrally located. It's in a part of town that you would think that it should not be in. So I get it that this could be near the Talamasca, right?
Yeah, I agree with B. They just wanted to make Yank jokes.
Yeah.
Well, are they? I see. I thought it might mean too, like, at least at first when I thought he was saying it, I didn't realize it was the name of the place. I thought he was calling him a Yank because he was like American.
Well, he is a Yank also.
Well, yeah. It works both ways.
And Kevitz calls him a Yank later, right? That's what they call him. It does seem to be, it's Cupid something in the window there, but the Yank, yeah.
Cupid's arrows or something?
I felt like getting that job was a little bit like Helen, like pulling a joke on him. Like, oh, you have demands? Okay, guess what? Here's your shitty job.
Yeah, that's in the opening too. This Cupid's arrows or whatever it is.
Yeah, Cupid's
well,
arrows.
Either way, that's the job he has.
I thought arrows like EROS.
Yeah, EROS. Yeah. All right, so he goes back to his new digs, and he goes to his laptop, and
this is so annoying. I commented on this in the chat, right? So when he goes on the laptop.
Wait, the Yank is getting men to come yank at the Yank.
Yes,
that's great. Three different ways to use the word yank, right? Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So he comes back to his apartment or whatever he's staying at, and he looks on his laptop. And yes, I agree. Like, worst spy ever, right? He's using his work laptop to investigate his mother. Although the thing is you know that Helen knows he's doing it. So part of me was kind of like, why didn't they just let him do it? Like, because they knew he was. I mean, at least I assume that Helen knows it, but I guess maybe he doesn't know that Helen knows it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe it's still restricted, and maybe they don't want him to learn too much too fast. But I don't know what the next shot you have. You have a shot of the laptop. Is that the next thing you did?
I thought I did this.
I just felt like it's basically your first day of work, and you immediately try to get it's like Harry Potter and Hermione going to the restricted section on the first day of school, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like
you just got a secret laptop. Don't use it to look up stuff you're not supposed to.
Whereas I said to you, it's like your first day working at Social Security, but let's try to get into the CIA files immediately in the first day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I love when the chat is like, "Can we help you?"
Yeah, and the thing is, his answer was so stupid. Oh, I'm trying to look up where I'm supposed to meet him. Or look up Jay's contact info. It's like, yeah, that's not what you were typing in.
Like, they can read your keystrokes, right? Like,
yeah. But then, even after this, he looks at his mother's redacted file. So he didn't quit, even though he said that to them. But yeah, it says that his mother was terminated.
But that could mean fired. So when in normal work, like the day that I left my old company, they called the day I was terminated.
Yes, but generally the file
or
isn't
terminated
all over the place if it's terminated from work. Terminated with redaction usually means
Talamasca might just be terminated.
In the real world, terminated just means the last day of your work at the company.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's the fact that the file is also like covered in redactions makes me think it wouldn't mean that. Like, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
or you're terminated from Talamasca when you're terminated in real life.
I mean, we know she's not dead. We think she wasn't dead.
Well, they might have made it.
She wasn't dead when the Photoshop picture was made.
Right.
I mean, we don't know much about those files.
Although I guess you could be right. It could be trying to make us think that they're saying they killed her, and maybe they didn't.
I mean, terminated, generally, if you work in HR, terminated just means the day that you stopped working there.
Yeah.
But Talamasca might be the day you die.
Talamasca HR department, though, kills you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is when he's going out on his new assignment, right?
Yeah, so he goes to this. Well, that was my other question too.
Oh,
is this part of the assignment, or is this him just going out for a drink? That wasn't.
I think he just went. He just went out for a drink.
Picking up this girl was part of the assignment.
No, I think I was wrong. I thought this was the picture of the fancy restaurant from later. No, I'm wrong.
No, this
he goes to the local bar. His neighborhood that he lives in has way nicer bars than the Yank.
Oh yeah,
and he goes
the
to
Yank.
the bar.
Yeah, it's called.
This one has pork pies or whatever. Porky pies.
What's it called, Jamie?
Porky pies.
Porky pies.
Yeah.
Not suggestive again.
Anyway, so he goes in and he meets this girl whose name is Kevis.
Yeah,
Kevis. Yeah, I really liked her.
I did too. She sits down. She just starts flirting with them. She's like, the food shit, but it's a good bar. They start talking. She's asking.
I liked her, but it was wholly suspicious. Like, do we believe this girl would sit down and just talk to this guy?
Yeah, I don't. It was really, really.
I was wondering what she was drinking. What is it she's drinking?
Don't know. Something.
I think she ordered. That looks like a hazy IPA to me, which is
okay.
I don't know how. I mean, they're big here in the East. I don't know if they're big in London. Maybe they are. But anyway, it looks like a hazy IPA to me. But I think it's a hazy beer. But whatever. Who knows what it is? But to me, it just seemed like so obvious that she sat down with him for a reason. I felt like you've been a spy for 2 days and a hot girl sits next to you. Like,
yeah, again, he's a very bad spy. But yeah, she flirts with him and she says he admits about his job because she questions if he's CIA because he won't tell her his job. But then he tells her where he works. She's like, well, then you get me there for free. So yeah, he finally says part of his cover that he went to London because his mother was in this area and he wanted to check it out. It's kind of his
little cover story.
And then they have the Harry Potter reference when she's like listing off towns. When she comes to sit next to him and moves her bag and it's like so obvious. I don't know if that was supposed to be that I don't think he was supposed to notice. I think that was more for the audience.
Oh, it's us to notice the tome of arcane knowledge she had in her parcel.
It was so overly obvious. But we see that she has a book in her bag.
She has this massive book and she heaves it up onto the bar. And then she later like heaves it onto the bar stool between them. Like this bag, we were supposed to notice that bag. Yes, definitely Jamie and Scarlet, right?
I just meant it was overly obvious. So yeah, either way, she's like, I'm going out with some friends. Come with me. He, doesn't really say he will. She takes a Polaroid of him.
Which will probably come up later, right?
Will probably come up later, yeah. But he goes.
I know you're a spy, and you allow a random woman to take your.
I know, like
he's a bad spy.
What?
I know absolutely nothing about being a spy, but I would hope I'd be a better spy than him.
Not this.
He's like he's just like this dopey guy who's like hot girl. Let me right.
Have you ever watched any spy movie ever?
It's reasonable. Yes.
We watch enough TV to know to not let strangers take our photograph and to not if it's too good to be true, it probably is, right?
Probably, yeah. Now, this guy, I only took a screen capture of him because I don't know why, but he looks suspicious to me. He's like, because she says you're my, because Kevin says to him when she leaves, you're my guy. And he's like, you're my guy. And it was like,
I thought he was going to try to hit on him. It was a pub.
Yeah, I know, I did too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure if he was hitting on him, if it's suspicious. I don't know. It was just weird.
Because she's acting like a regular in this bar, and is she? Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Well, not for long.
He goes back to his crappy apartment, and
and she gives her, she leaves her number, and is like, "We're going out tonight. Call me." Right?
Basically, yeah. So he decides to go out and meet her,
and then this happens, which also is ridiculous.
Yeah, they start making out. He's a man slut. I don't know.
Fun.
They start making out.
No, I think he's a guy that can't believe his luck at getting a girl. I don't think he's a man slut.
Hey, look at this.
I said I'm just teasing. I know.
He's an awkward guy that this is like the male fantasy. Not all men. Any men who are listening, I don't mean to offend you, but right? It's and then the most unbelievably hot older woman comes over and starts like licking them, right? What?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and then they all start making out. Yeah, it's
I
very
thought she
weird.
might be a vampire for a minute until her eyes were really, really brown. And I think most vampires have light colored eyes.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, she might be
Yeah.
immortal in some other sense, though.
Yeah, she could be a witch, she could be whatever. But she shows up and they're all like,
shot. I feel like all this is shot very centrally.
but she whispers at this point, she whispers in his ear and she says, "You are in so much trouble." And then she takes off.
Oh, well, she's gonna be in trouble.
So, but what does that mean? Is she a vampire being like, "We're going to kill you"? Is she Talamasca being like, "You already screwed up"?
It could be a werewolf. She could be a witch. She could be a ghost. She could be a vampire.
But
I
not a zombie.
thought the line was meant to be like to him sound like she meant it dirty, but I don't know that she did.
No, you think it was just a sexy woman being like, "Oh, us."
I thought that's what he was supposed to think. But
or she's gonna be in trouble if he has sex with her girlfriend.
Why would you think you're a spy who knows about vampires? Why would you not take that at its word? Like, you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's what I thought maybe she intended for him to think.
Oh, I'm surprised, Jamie. I appreciate that interpretation. I immediately thought like she's Talamasca or she's a vampire.
She's a werewolf.
Yeah. Either way, it's weird. Hi, Lori. Welcome.
Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes back to the apartment. He has sex with her. He wakes up. She's gone, and she left him.
I like how she kind of just popped out.
Yeah, and she's like, "You're my guy." Like that
joke. But I mean, the scene, she was in the scene, and then she just popped out.
Am I the only person who thought this was way too good to be true? And she's clearly like, guy is a dummy in this whole thing.
It's not going to be good for her.
Yeah, well, I agree. But I was just going to say, if she wasn't dead, I would have said that joke is going to get old really, really fast.
That guy. I just thought it was obvious that she was onto him. That she was. I don't know if she's Talamasca. I don't know who she's with, but I thought like. I was like, does this guy really think he has this kind of luck? Like that? I mean, I guess like you could meet a person and have a one night stand, and it could be beautiful and wonderful. We've all done that, right?
As a spy, you don't have a one night stand.
But you're a spy. There's no such thing. Like his 1 year of training condensed to 1 week. They never said trust no one. The number one rule of being a spy is trust no one, right?
And he wants to be James Bond.
Yep. Yeah, maybe. All right. So he goes
what
back.
did that note say that was on his head?
You're my guy. You're my guy.
That's why I said that joke would have gotten old really quick.
Oh, that's gonna be creepy.
Yeah. So he goes back to work.
There is Cupid's error. That's what it's called. Cupid, not arrow. Cupid's error. ERR.
Errors. I agreed. I thought it would have been
error.
Yes, but that's
I think it's error. Like
it's
you
error.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Cupid's error. Nice. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So he goes back to work and he's like, "Oh shit, the drop is gone." The
guy is cleaning off the you're a terrible spy. You're not watching your drop. Now the sanitation department showed up and cleared off all the shit on your TARDIS.
Digs it out. Yeah.
There's a band called Hung Jury playing.
So he digs it out of the
red light
garbage.
district.
He's like, "Oh shit, there's a drop. I forgot about it. I suck." Right?
Yeah.
And
he follows it. I don't know how it was supposed to tell him where it was, but I guess it told him where it was. Followed it, threw it in the garbage.
Does it have coordinates on it?
Yeah, maybe. Took the cell phone from under the garbage, like the top of the garbage, and reached in and got it.
Let's get the call.
And then then he follows whatever information instructions it has into this rundown building, and he comes out with an envelope. And there's like it's like a long thing. And then then he gets a file. Which is what was his name again? I already forget what his name was.
Whatever. You don't even remember it for long.
The bad Archie.
Call him the bad guy for now.
No, it's Archie. I said Alfie. It's
Archie. Yes, it's Archie.
Archie?
Yeah, Archie. So he gets a paper. Now this paper that says eyes only, it is all
type double space, very large, so we can see it.
Yeah, but it's all numbered because it's all book line, word
for the book,
letter, whatever.
It's the code, right? Like every code is like a book and a page and a number and a word and all that. It's very old timey, which is kind of fun. But I think I wrote in the chat, like, don't they have secure communications? Like, can't they just like put secure server or secure phone?
We got books. We got a library.
it's fun and it's cool to have this analog thing that he goes through, right? But but it's not very contemporary spycraft.
I feel a lot of the Talamasca is probably analog.
I mean, they have been around since
That's
the
how
year,
they roll.
They've been around since the year like 100 AD. So I get it.
I mean, so I'm gonna roll like that.
Yeah.
So either way, he decodes it. Then
Probably takes him like 6 hours, right?
probably. So he goes back, and he's basically told with it to follow his assignment is to follow that.
Basically, it's like this guy Archie has a dinner reservation. Go to the restaurant, check it out.
Yeah, don't engage, just observe.
Observe means mind read, I guess, right?
Yes, and Owen's there too. Owen and Jasper, he sees at the restaurant, and he listens to their thoughts. And as he does this, Jasper knows he's there, can tell he's reading his thoughts. Again, vampire.
Is it possible Jasper is the only vampire at that meeting?
Probably.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, we don't really know. I mean, that I would say Archie isn't, because Archie ends up dead. So I would guess Archie was not a vampire.
Poor Archie.
I mean, if he has the clicker, he might click something up.
You know, I thought like William Fichtner, we saw him for like 2 seconds in this, and he's like, I found him again to be really compelling. He's my favorite character. I want him to kill Guy. He's great. Like I thought he was really just in this 1 minute. He just looks cool. He acts cool, and he's like, "What do we have here?" And he was very. And
I would say, though, to answer your question, though, I would say probably because he's the only one that knew he was reading his mind.
Right.
So
also, from what we see later, we know that. But yeah, he seems to be the only, and he seems to be a pretty powerful vampire. I don't know if what I see, if we really know that, or I just read that from Fichtner on the screen.
I read that too, but that's what I was saying. I don't know necessarily that Guy can't read his mind. It's more he's like, hey, I know you're reading my mind, and it scares him. So
that means Guy can't read his mind. He blocks him. Like Guy can't read his mind.
Yeah, but is it a block, or is it just like he's like, what are you doing? Like kind of like Daniel did. Because we don't really know if he kept trying or not, because he got scared and ran away. You know what? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that you're not wrong. I'm just saying he didn't necessarily block him. He just said, I know you're basically said, I know you're reading my mind. He said, what do we have here? He scared him.
I don't think he reads mind. I think if Burton can block him, I think that Jasper seems to me to be a very powerful vampire. Okay, we don't know. We don't know. I'm guessing.
No, I'm just saying Burton didn't block him. That was the whole point. He was able to break Burton's block, remember?
First instant, Burton blocked. Burton didn't know that a mind reader was being brought into his living room. And when it happened, he blocked him. Don't even tell me they can't block him. If Helen can block him, these guys can block him.
I'm not saying they can. I'm just saying all we know is he just projected a thought back, and it scared him, and he ran. He
should be scared. I'd be scared of Jasper.
I'd be scared of Jasper too. Yeah, I would too. All right. So he still, I guess he assumes that Jasper will forget about him, and he follows
because he's a dummy. Because he's so stupid.
Yeah.
And he chases after Archie.
He still tails Archie, yeah. And he sees Archie go into the apartments here. I thought I had to put, there he's looking up. He can hear fighting, and Archie says, give it to me, or something like that.
You think he's hearing that or mind reading that?
Oh, probably mind reading. Yeah, he couldn't hear from that.
I just wonder if even hearing has a different level, right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably, because I don't think you could hear him from that far away.
No, it's pretty far.
And he's like, Archie's like, give it to me now. And then he hears screams. That part I think he probably hears.
I'm assuming they mean the Tomb of Arcane Knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, so
you mean the MacGuffin? Yeah.
Whatever the book is there, I'm assuming. All right, so he comes up, breaks into the apartment, and he finds Archie dead, his throat slit.
That seems to be clearly the act of vampires, right?
I don't know.
His throat is ripped out. His throat is bit.
Oh, is it ripped out? Yeah, I guess there's an awful lot of blood.
Blood is like gushing out of there.
Yeah.
I don't nibble on her.
I didn't really think about it, but you're right. It could have been vampires. I just assumed he got his throat cut, but I guess you're right. It could be. Either way, somebody killed her and faked her death.
I really liked her for the 20
I gotta say, I did think I had a problem with the scene because when he comes in and he sees the body hanging from the back, her hair is really straight from the back, and then when they show her up front, it's all curly. And then when they show it from the back again, it's like the wig on the dummy is almost
Double.
You're
The
upset
stunt
on the
double had a
hanged woman
different wig.
I'm sorry,
stylist.
but curly girls noticed the stuff, and it was bad effects there. But I mean, I assume, Jamie, also that she didn't hang herself. Somebody hanged her to kill her, right?
Right.
She
Yeah.
seems to be wearing some sort of very like 1950s Lucille Ball nightgown peignoir set, right? Like it's a very, I don't know what she's wearing in this.
Fancy.
Like that's not a dress that you hang around in. It's a very.
So you don't think she did a soul of dad?
It's a nightgown. No, it's a nightgown. It's her apartment, I think, right? It's her nightgown. But if you that picture that you had of Archie who's dead, his throat, like when on TV when they slit someone's throat, they do it right here. It's all like on the side where vampires bite you. I think a vampire.
I assume they just
sloppy
like all the way. You know what I mean? But you're right. There's a lot of blood. I have not thought about it, but you're probably right. But either way, he takes her down.
He doesn't take her down. He tries like for 1 minute, and then he gives up.
And then he looks at his hands like, my hands are covered. No, but first,
oh my God, I'm putting my DNA on the entire crime scene. What am I doing?
But first,
I'm a spy.
Before that, Archie,
he goes book, right? He's like book,
and I'm thinking, and you're right. He couldn't have taken the medicine because he tried to read Jasper's mind, and he sent. So
what do you mean?
So the restaurant. What I was thinking is, this guy has a throat slit. He can barely speak. Like, why isn't he like?
Oh my God!
Looking into his head to hear what he has to say.
First of all, can you guys enlarge this picture? I think this is an AI hand. Look at the finger.
It doesn't have fingertips.
Well,
he might have gotten those cut off.
No, that's what I thought, but it's not. If you look really, it's hard to tell because you guys aren't looking at the screen. I think those are really dark shadows that are covering the edges of his
fingernails are on the wrong side of the finger.
Those aren't fingernails, it's sweat. I'm looking at the bigger picture.
I enlarged it. Those are fingernails on the back of his hand. Oh, isn't that sweat?
That's what I said.
It's light. You're right. That's light. But his fingers are chopped off. His fingers are chopped off.
I think that's a shadow. I really do.
Those fingers are
chopped wrong, but that to me looks like a shadow. See how it's rounded? Like that looks
they are chopped off, girl. They're chopped. Nope.
I like to think the vampires is kind of mob bosses that take off fingers.
I don't know. The only way we know for sure is to lighten the picture. Then you could tell.
Yeah,
those fingers are chopped off, girl.
He agrees with you. I'm gonna seriously, because I'm insane and I want to know. I'm gonna go in Photoshop and I'm gonna lighten the picture and I'm gonna see.
Those are chopped off fingers.
Anyway.
But anyway, he's like book. He points at like book, and then any guy runs out with us. Right?
Why not just read his mind to know what he was trying to say? Right? Like that was my initial thought. Like
I know why, because he took the pills. Like when he was outside the restaurant, and William and Jasper.
Oh, he took it outside the restaurant.
When Jasper read his mind and said, "Who's here?" We saw when Guy left the restaurant.
I forgot.
He took the pill, and he's saying clonazepam. It's a pill that is for many reasons. I mean, it can be given as a sedative, but it's a benzodiazepine. It's given for seizures. It's given for panic. It's given for anxiety. It's given for a bunch of for bipolar people take it for many reasons. It's not an aspirin, and I think he takes it to quell the voices in his head. Mm-hmm. And I think when he takes it, he can't. I think when he takes it, he can't read minds.
No, I just had forgotten he took it at the restaurant.
That's my theory. I don't know, but I think if he takes it, the voices, because I don't think he reads minds. I think voices come into his head. We know that he can't really control it yet, right? And I think he takes that to stop the voices from coming.
Yeah, that's definitely a better way of saying it. Not that he's reading minds. He's hearing.
I think maybe in that moment he couldn't hear Archie's thoughts.
Maybe. Either way, I don't know.
I like to call this the "it's okay" scene.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. Let me get my cell phone on you and be like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay."
Yeah, I know. And then he looks at himself like, "Oh no, I've got blood on my hands."
It's okay.
Oh no, I'm covered with DNA.
It's not okay.
Yeah, and then he runs. Yeah, so he takes off, and that is.
So I'm interested in who. So I don't think that Kevis took her own life. I think someone hanged her. But then for someone to do that, Like they had a fight, and I would think maybe it was Archie who did that to Kevis, but then Kevis seems to have been killed by a vampire. So I don't know who would have an interest in
Archie
things, right?
Or she could have killed herself, Soledad style.
I don't think she
No.
killed herself. I think someone killed
maybe
her.
Archie. I think it's possible Archie killed her, and then
Yes.
somebody killed him.
And then someone killed Archie. Yes, that's what I think happened also.
Yeah.
And I think a vampire killed Archie, which is weird because Archie was meeting with Jasper. He seems to have been in collaboration with vampires, right? Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he double crossed them. Either way, I am guessing he was trying to get that book, and yeah, maybe she wouldn't give it to him, so he killed her. Who knows?
But it was just laying
Somebody
there.
else
It
got
was
the
laying
book.
there in her book bag on the floor, right? Like,
Well, but she might have fought him if he didn't kill her. We don't know.
fair, yes. It's
Yeah.
all a little. Maybe we'll find out later. It's all a little unclear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mysterious.
Alrighty. But that is the end of the episode.
Doom, doom, doom.
I mean, he takes off, right? Like, Guy takes off running, and that's the end of it, right?
Yep. And that is the end of the episode.
So, how did you guys like these 2 episodes? And people chatters, how did you like these 2 episodes?
Look, I liked them, but I still don't feel like it hasn't drawn me in all the way yet. Like, it needs a little bit more. I need a little bit more. But I like
it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love Guy. Guy is not a main character that, well, you know, I don't.
He's not your guy? That's what you're
He's
saying?
damp and drippy. No, he doesn't draw me in. I'm not rooting for him. He's not a character that I am behind right now, that I'm like, oh, I hope Guy figures it out. What's with his mom? What's with it? Like, it's a little, I know it's only episode 2, but there are only 6, so we're a third of the way through, and I want this mystery to kick up a notch, big time, right?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of it might be because there was so much exposition, but I think that's
there was a lot. Yeah.
V says the clonazepam slows down brain activity, so it makes sense it would keep him from reading minds.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. That's
Good to know.
And he's like self-medicating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow getting a continuing prescription for this. But if you tell your doctor you're hearing voices, you'll definitely get another prescription for it. Definitely get a refill for that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I just don't think he's just not, to me, he's just not a kid that I'm like, oh, I really want him to.
Yeah. And it's not, the thing is I don't think it's the actor. I think it's there's something like in the character just isn't there yet. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like to blame actors, but this guy is not exuding spark for me right now, right? No. Like maybe he's being directed that way, but like
I don't know. I don't have to root for him, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah, I'll still watch it. I still like it.
I don't really have to root for a character. I just want to see what he's going to be up to.
The character I'm rooting for is Jasper. I really like Jasper as my favorite character right now. And I know he's the villain, but
I was rooting for the Squirrel Keys, but you know,
I guess the point is, it's not I don't like it. I just feel like I should be more invested in it at this point after 2 episodes than I am. I don't feel like, oh, I got to go right now see the rest of it. Like, it was good, but it wasn't fantastic. It was okay.
And
it was pretty good, but
it's something you can watch week to week without a hassle.
Yeah. And not be like, I have to watch it. I was surprised Kevis died. I didn't expect her to die this early.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be more part of this with the book.
I thought they were going to have a little thing and we were going to find out that she was betraying him. She was either Talamasca or maybe a familiar of, like, who knew, right? But I thought that she was going to be, for her to turn up dead so quickly, really surprised
me. I thought she broke the rules by sleeping with him. I thought she had
she did say more than once, I broke the rules. So yeah, that makes me also think that she's something. And that
we don't know what that rule is. That could be
but it could be she's Talamasca and she's another spy. It could be,
could be she's a familiar and she
stole that book.
Yep.
She stole the book. He says, I agree. I'm not really rooting for him. He's kind of stupid for someone who's supposed to be smart. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
He's very stupid. He's careless. He's
a bad spy. A very bad spy.
Yeah, and maybe and maybe a little more development would help me understand that. But I know you can't get that in 2 episodes. But 6 episodes, on the one hand, I think 6 is not enough. On the other hand, maybe 6 is all we need of this show, right?
Yeah, I have a feeling
It's
6 is
filler
probably
until
not gonna be
Vampire
enough,
Lestat comes around.
but I could be wrong, but the 6 doesn't seem like very many, especially for a show like this. Especially when the first 2 were a lot of exposition.
You don't burn through the first 2.
Yeah, like I kind of wonder, were they so much exposition because they only had 6 episodes to tell the story, so they had to shove them all in the exposition?
Well, yeah. And are they banging on a second, because AMC is really committed to the Anne Rice universe, right? Like,
yes.
I don't know if there's going to be. I mean, there's definitely a 3rd season of Interview. I don't know if there's a 3rd season of Mayfair coming, but
they're all in. Well, it's going to be the Vampire Lestat. I think there's going to be a couple seasons of Vampire Lestat.
Yes. Well, that's
like it's a different thing now.
Well, but that's still Interview with the Vampire, right? I mean, it's still considered Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, it's just the next novel is called Vampire Lestat.
It's the Vampire Lestat, Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. I love that. We have to go back to that comment. My daughter would say he was born without a common sense gene. He was, right? Like, come on.
Well, he didn't have the common sense to come out of the rain in the one scene.
He didn't. He didn't have the common sense to be like, oh my God, this super hot woman is coming over to start licking my dance partner on the neck. Like, that happens every day. Like,
I think most guys would just go for that. Most guys would be like, sure, let's go.
The thing is, I'm trying to remember, though. I was just thinking, like, maybe if he was a little younger, I would believe it, like,
younger. He's supposed to be, how could he be younger? He's like,
but I was going to say,
college.
He's supposed to be that old. That's what I was going to say. I think he's supposed to
like late 20s, maybe.
I don't know. Early 20s.
Early 20s. If you go straight through,
all the way through law school is pretty long.
3 years. Law school's 3 years. If you go from college to law school, you're like 24, 25 when you graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy looks like
he seems really reckless. And like if he was like 18 or something, I maybe would have bought it a little more. But
I understand. People who are like 24, 25 years old, their brain is not finished developing yet, and they don't make good decisions, but they also don't go to spy school. Like this guy should, and don't know about vampires. Like he's really not cautious considering the things he knows. But I know most young adults are not that capable of being cautious scientifically, right? I'm not saying there aren't cautious people out there. There are, but a person that age considers risk differently than a person my age.
Yeah, I would just think that you would be suspicious as a spy going in. Like,
you're a spy. You got a whole year of spy training in 1 week. Come on, you should know this.
I would think anybody would know that. I mean, we know that, and we're not spies, so I don't know.
I mean, like a honeypot is a thing in spycraft, right? Like so many like James Bond sleeps with everyone in every movie. Like the femme fatale is like.
Yeah, maybe that was his idea. I'm a spy now. I have to sleep with people.
Or Kevis is like, I know that he'll fall for this because he's kind of a nerdy, drippy guy. I don't know. Anyway, I was surprised she died. To me, that there were a couple of surprising turns, which I mean, Jamie, you're right. It was mostly a lot of exposition, but a couple of little surprise things happened that were interesting and cool that they happened, right? There's hope for this show.
It's pretty good. It's not. Like I said,
it has potential, but they need to zip it up a little bit.
Yeah, true.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know if there's so much exposition, just maybe because they don't have enough time to tell the story.
I really wouldn't be sorry if they killed Guy at the end of the season and got somebody new to take his place next year, but we'll see.
How about that actor's going down?
I don't think that's the plan, but okay. Whoops, sorry. I'm trying to take etc.
Here's our lead. I wish you would die.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. B says, I'm laughing so hard my eyes are tearing from your spy school conversation.
Seriously, he went to spy school for 1 week. Like she literally says, we're going to condense 1 year of education to 1 week. Like that's like if someone was like, Karen, we're going to take a whole semester of calculus and you're going to do it in 3 days. What? How could you possibly learn it? How could you learn?
You still know that calculus is about numbers.
And look, I'm glad he sucks at it. Like if I was a real spy, like if I was in the CIA and they were like, oh, we're gonna somebody told me you were gonna have a whole year in 1 week, you'd be like, what? So I appreciate that this idea of him going for 1 year in a week, and it turns out he's totally incompetent. That kind of makes sense to me. Like that's kind of realistic, right?
I
Like,
guess.
yes,
I
he
just feel
sucks
like
at it.
his incompetence, he doesn't need to be a spy to know that this is suspicious, Maybe he has no suspicious radar. I don't know.
The part he sucks at is like, let me hear a voice screaming and go into her apartment and then put my fingerprints on every single part of this apartment and like get all their blood on me, and then I'll leave.
Not being dumb.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, granted, I get maybe if he was trying to save her, but like he knew she was dead. And
I mean, we'll see what happens next week. Will there be a police investigation? Will the Talamasca shut that down? Will he be like a suspect? Right? What's going to happen with all that?
Yeah,
because he seems to have really botched that whole situation.
Yeah.
The whole like listen and don't interfere part of the Talamasca. Getting that part. Watch.
Yeah, he kind of screwed the pooch.
Not getting it at all. He's not getting it at all.
Yeah.
If I could read minds, I'd walk around always suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had he taken his medicine at that point? Because I could argue that if he hadn't, and I don't remember, but if he hadn't, maybe they seemed genuine in like wanting to make out with him. So maybe he bought it for that reason. I don't know.
I like the part where was it you, Scarlet, said like, look, guys will always believe that women want to make out with them. Or Jamie, you said that, right? Like
I think it must have been Scarlet. I don't think I said it.
Well, I'm just saying, if a threesome, even a hint of one raises his eyebrow, I'm sure most men would be like, all right, let's go.
And some men and most men and some women, maybe, right? Yeah.
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 It's a good point.
It's on.
Sex makes people stupid, right?
Sex makes people dead from what I've seen on this show.
I mean, I hope that woman comes back because looking back on that scene, it took a lot of time. There's a lot of dance going on.
Oh, yeah.
And did it really, like, I get it. They had a one-night stand and then she's dead the next day or 2 days later. But did we need all of that?
Yes.
Wait, are you saying you hope the other woman comes back, or you hope Kevin?
Yes, I'm hoping that leads to something, and she's not just some random.
I
woman,
think she was the master to the other girl. I think she was like Keith's master, like vampire, werewolf, whatever.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, maybe werewolves. I don't know much about them in Anne Rice's world. Werewolves.
I don't either. I don't know about them in Anne Rice, but I know
witch. A witch of some sort. She had a book of arcane knowledge.
I mean, that's interesting. On that, she wasn't. I mean. Or was she Talamasca? I don't know, but I want her to reappear. I want her to reappear so that whole like dance club scene makes sense. Because
it could be a ghost that was on the list.
Yep, there are ghosts. Yes, on the list also.
Yeah.
So I just hope she comes back and then that because it was a very long scene leading to a one-night stand that didn't require that much time, except for really this really interesting woman showing up, right?
I like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to.
You don't see long sensual scenes anymore. You always see really quick sex scenes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I liked it. I like their choices.
So what do we think is going to happen then? Like, do we have any predictions or anything? I mean, if you've seen the preview, they keep talking about the 752 that we don't know what the hell that is, unless that is the book. I don't know.
That's the MacGuffin, probably, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So I kind of like, I'm like, what's going to happen? I kind of want to see Helen show up and be like, you idiot. Did you learn nothing in that week?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just saying.
I mean, from what we've seen, like, is it possible that Guy will become a suspect in these murders?
Well, right? I would say yes, but probably the Talamasca can like cover it up, right?
Clean it up. They got cleaners.
Yeah.
I hope Keeves comes back as a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, they would say ghost, so maybe. I hope we get more of Jasper.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of Jasper.
Maybe more of Burton. That'd be cool too.
I'd love to see Burton again. He was fantastic.
I kind of wonder though.
I don't know about that though. We seem to have moved.
Yeah, I just wonder though, like how much we're gonna get about the supernatural creatures though, because this show's supposed to be about the Talamasca. You know what I mean? Like there's an interview with a vampire that's about vampires, and there's Mayfair witches that's about witches. So I feel like there's probably
werewolves and ghosts.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some creatures as like side plots, but I feel like the main part of this is probably going to be about
the humans.
people. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
that's kind of where my mind's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's short. I think that the action has moved to London. I don't know that we'll see much back in New York with Burton or Helen. Like Helen actually said, like she said to him, "Oh, I don't know if we'll see each other again after you leave,"
which was kind of ominous, really.
Yeah.
Well, and that sets up one of those things where you have a big actor like Elizabeth McGovern. Are you going to see her again? I mean, I actually have seen the next episode, so I know what's going to happen. But like, you know, one thing with London, are we going to see her again? I hate that when they have a big actor in the beginning and do you not see them again, right? I don't know, like, what her role would be to come to. I feel like the show right now is about Guy being on his own and trying to find his way and figure this shit out, right?
Yeah.
So will we see her? I don't know.
Unless it has something to do with that picture.
And he can't say science. I wanted to say science, but that's not the right word. He needs to spy this shit instead of science. I was like, he needs to spy.
He spy this shit. But yeah, that picture, her looking at that picture, Scarlet, you're right. That implies
that makes me feel like there's going to be like two of her.
Yeah.
Or someone looks like her.
Yep. Or somebody she knew, or yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe special skills, special twin skill set.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to see.
All
right,
so
everybody. Well, thank you for coming again. Please like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision, and make sure you join us on Thursday for our Harlan Coben's Lazarus / Halloween show. I don't know if we're going to keep doing Thursday or not. We have to, but at least
you guys are gonna like break down Lazarus.
Yeah, I mean, unless again, we need to discuss it. But I mean, unless we want to do a show Wednesday and then also do a Halloween show and do it separate, we could do that too. This is why we need to like discuss it. But,
well, in the meantime, please join us on Tuesday for Fandom Access.
Yes,
where we will cover a whole bunch of shows. We have
what do we have? What do we have this week? Invasion finale. Sorry, I was off about that when I was being asked. So we have Invasion. We're done with Wayward, but we have Invasion. We have
The Diplomat,
Frontier, The Diplomat. You guys, you have more American Horror Story.
Yeah, we're gonna cover the entire season of American Horror Stories, the whole 5 episodes, because there was not, we can cover that quickly.
Yeah.
We got Invasion, The Diplomat, The Last Frontier, American Horror Story. We will talk about the Talamasca in a shorter, much shorter review than we had tonight. This was a breakdown.
We'll review tomorrow night. I guess we're probably going to talk a little bit about Lazarus too, probably, aren't we?
And Lazarus, yeah. And AJ will be with us, so we'll have a different perspective.
Yeah, but we'll have to decide whether we want to do a separate Halloween show or not. I mean, I'm fine with either, but just that's a good thing though, guys. Let us know. Like, would you rather us do a separate show or do Lazarus followed by Halloween? Either way, our Halloween show is going to be on Thursday on the 30th. So let us know in Discord.
I can do that.
I don't think, did I ever pin the
I'll play trivia
link? I did not pin it, did I? I thought I did. Did I? Wait, let me see. Nope, I did not pin it. I'll put the link up again.
Put the link up.
But yeah, we're gonna do like Halloween. Hold on, I can't type. Halloween themed type
trivia.
Yeah, meaning like horror stuff like that.
Yep.
That kind of fun stuff. So make sure that you join us. But first, Fandom Access on Tuesday at 10.
Yep. And so before we jump, Scarlet, do you want to put the link in for
I'll put it in after. All I wanted to say is TALAAMSEA Talamasca. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna get some pom-poms. Talamasca, rah, 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 Talamasca.
You know what I realized? I didn't even know. Do you know that we can put sound effects in here? And I didn't even know that.
Sound effects.
Like we got, I was trying to look for it. Like we got like ball.
Yeah.
With that?
Yeah.
I'll hit this one. Listen to one.
Heartbeat. Well, that works for the vampires. Yeah, I don't know.
What is that?
Either way, we can add. That one was hard.
heartbeat.
These
All
are
right.
Just
yeah.
have the heartbeat running in the back really low the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch more. There's a whole bunch more. Look, there's
Yeah, I don't know if these are things Roger put in or if these are like part of StreamYard. I'm not entirely sure, but
I just added one. Hang on. I just added the hang on, where is it?
yeah, because I was gonna look for goat sounds, and then I realized if I'm gonna do that, I probably need to go AI wise because it won't be copyright free, and I didn't want to get
No way, man. My kids hate you.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's like when you go to the spa.
Yeah, these all sound like
medieval.
MIDI music. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Hearts
Feeding the
accord.
ducks. What the heck is feeding the ducks?
Oh, let's play it.
I don't know that evokes feeding the ducks to me, but okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, enough of that.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting sidetracked.
I'm getting tired.
All
right.
music.
Thanks, everybody. Good night,
Yeah,
y'all.
we will see you Tuesday. And stay tuned for more interviews and stuff on the channel. I was gonna say, do I have anything I should announce? I was trying to see what did I put up? Mayor of Kingstown, Tulsa King. I was trying to look at what one up.
Invasion.
The main ones, yeah, Invasion. Couple next door, and there's some more stuff coming up. There's some movie stuff that's coming up, another Tulsa King one. So yeah, some fun stuff. I think I have a really good interview coming up later this week, but that won't be up for a while. And yeah, so everybody check it out. All right, guys, have a good night.
Good night.
Good night. We're always watching. We're always waiting. We're in your bathroom.
That's what we need to that song. If it wasn't copyright, you're always watching me or whatever.
always feel like somebody's watching.
We won't get copyright for Oklahoma.
Yeah, that or the what's that one I'm all that's about watching you though? That's like I can't
The
think of how it
Rockwell
goes.
song. I always feel like someone's watching me.
Like the police, I'll be watching you.
Oh, every breath.
Yeah, but no, I was trying to the one I was thinking of isn't that. I can't think of what it is, but
All right, you'll sing it next week. Be here next week, Jen. You'll sing it.
you don't want to hear Jamie sing anything, believe me.
I always feel like somebody's
watching me.
Yeah, I think
I
you
have
can
no
only
privacy
sing one line.
because of
like that.
Talamasca in my
Okay.
blue.
Obviously, don't sing more than one. We're okay.
All right,
All
we're
right,
we're
everybody.
disintegrating. Good night.
Where's the
Okay, good night.
disintegrating?